born. Show them how we do this, man. Btbtv. We bully the bullies. No run, no retreat. Yeah. Btbtv. One more time for y'all in the back. Y'all slow ninjas. Right. Yo. John Gotti flow, rap high below. Escobar status, rap game Corleone. I can show you how you lay back and watch your pockets grow. Stay away from devious women, end up like copper smoke. Y'all wake up every day switching like yo, I gotta post. I wake up everyday mission. It's $1 million notes, dominoes, bodies drop, rot stick like hollow toast. Broadway, man, if you know, then you know. I came for everything they said I couldn't have. Got that and then some, and then some. My ones on overload, say you overdose. Your rappers in the tight squeeze and that clutch like Cobra rope. The okie doke, we don't go for that. All she wrote, another tale from the street. Death and horror flow. The projects like a ghost trying to haunt your soul. Another tale from the street. Homicide the folks who want to play till them guns scream adios. Another tale from the street, black mafia. So Don Corleone mixed with Al Capone. Another tale from the street, like an opera show. These kids be acting till they life movie curtain closed. Nowadays your foes will plot you wearing Malcolm X hats, 666, the devil on his shoulder won the death match. Reminiscing when more street ninjas was off the hook, chasing D's up off the block, on and run and get the force, blood on pavement. He's 12 years old and he tough to play with. He don't go to playgrounds, that's his fiends who want their veins stick. We can't miss, we can hit the target with our hands behind our back, our eyes closed and half brainless. Don't play with us. Another tale from the street, death and horror flow. The projects like a ghost trying to haunt your soul. Another tale from the street, homicide the foe who want to play till them guns scream adios. Another tale from the street, black
Uptown, no I care. We definitely gonna get there, bro.
For Al Capone. Another tale from the street, like an opera show. These kids be acting till they like movie curtain closed.
The bookie, man, top of the morning, Big T, salute. We here, bro.
It's the movement, man. You're born. You're born, let's get him. Let's get him.
Yo, peace to the 5% nation of guys and nerves. Salam alaikum. Hamdulillah. Rahman to Allah, all the true Muslim brothers and sisters out there. This is the King of New Jersey. This is Btbtv. We bully the bullies. And yo, King of Jersey, baby. We in the blood or crip. We doing our own thing. Btbtv that started his own gang. Like, nigga, what? All right, so Wack 100's been lying, fronting, committing the fraud. Yo, we gonna
peace, King.
Peace. This Cross Your Heart clothing right here. Y'all salute my bro with his clothing line. Cross Your Heart.
Thank you. I got some new stuff dropping, and you see it. You know what I'm saying? We got the Richard Pride. We got all types of stuff that we about to drop here, and I got it coming your way too. So, salute to you, King, for showing me love, man. For real. Peace to the chat, and peace to the gods and the earth.
Sure did. Yo, so Wack 100 call everybody else a rat, right? All these niggas are a rat, right?
Yeah.
Know what we're gonna do? We're about to listen. We're about to see some paperwork right now.
What?
Is this it right here?
Peace right now. And stutter.
Oh, not this one. Is this one? Oh, the big U one. Hold up. Yeah. Yeah, we about to get it. We about to get it, bro. We about to get it.
Uh-oh, you about to start. You about to put your foot on their neck today, huh?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. There we go.
Yeah.
Don't advertise on Google Ads or Facebook before blocking click fraud with Clixies. Not a fun fact.
No snakes slither around on their belly. So that's how it all began, how we got this draws down challenge in Big U. I want to reflect a little bit on how we got to this point, even running draws down challenge.
Fair use, fair use.
It all started when
It's about to come up, bro. And I'm gonna put the other one too.
Of the fetish film.
You've been doing your homework, King.
Yeah. I wasn't just resting yesterday, guys. I rested, bro.
Freak.
I'll be watching. Right.
With his anal area aimed toward the ozone layer. Snakes slither around on their belly. So that's how it all began.
Yo, Big E.
Draws down challenge and Big U. Damn, here comes
Big E. Yo, he ain't no perfect criminal. That nigga's a stupid. He's a rat. That's why he still seems so perfect.
Anyway, so
yeah,
I find it ironic because Ho No 100, he went on Bomb First recently, right? And I ain't listened to the interview. However, I seen the title say Wack Ho No 100 explains exposure Studda Box for telling on him and 7 Main Streets, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just find that hella ironic because we all heard a couple months ago Tiny Draws from 6-0, Neighborhood to the Neighborhood, was on the line on Clubhouse with Ho No 100, and I hate to just imagine he might have his draws down. And he was on there with Tiny Draws, and Tiny Draws was calling him back, and he was swearing up and down he didn't know who Back was. He was caught all discombobulated. He like, who that nigga, right? Because he know Back was a confidential source, right? So he played off like he don't know who Back is. However, what he did was that nigga TD mentioned Studda Box. And the first thing out of Ho No 100 mouth was, what Studda Box got to do with it? What Studda Box could do with it? Studda Box called my phone this morning, right? Now, he on the internet just yesterday. Brand new interview release. He talking about Studda Box told on him way back almost 20 years ago. But just a couple months ago, he talking about Studda Box called his phone. I find that highly ironic. What type of dude is in touch with a cat that told on him almost 20 years ago? What business do we got calling his phone? It kind of like explains the irony of his comfort dealing with the coochie. If according to him, Box told on him almost 20 years ago, and he comfortable not only accepting phone calls with him being cordial.
Are you a low-income American on food stamps or Medicaid? If so, you are now eligible to receive a free brand new smartphone with.
A couple years ago, Box's wife, it was revealed, was suffering from an illness, and Ho No 100 offered $100K to assist in getting his wife healthy. A nigga that apparently told on him, right? So then he wanted to say that Box also called him and tried to line me up. So he on the phone taking information, trying to line me up with a nigga that he know, according to him, told on not only him, but 7 of his homies. This what he did. And he found himself on Clubhouse. Just think about it. Most likely he had his draws down. And he was on there with 21 Savage, right? We go listen to the audio, but just put this in perspective in the context. This nigga pressing 21 Savage apparently about a gun case or some type of case that disappeared according to Ho No 100.
Peace to the God.
Then we gonna go
peace to the God
and analyze a case that disappeared for Ho No 100 as well, a gun case. But check him out. We got a cool little visual to look at. Shout out to my boy 2 Dicks that provided this while we listen to this queer though. Oh, Baba don't like.
We trying to figure it out. The bitch trying to say I'm gay, so we got to figure out your shit. Maybe the bitch right, maybe she wrong. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. So we can take a week.
Whoa, off top. Did he just say, maybe I'm right, maybe she right. He say she trying to say maybe she right, maybe she wrong. Now he say 21 Savage or some female is throwing suspicions on his sexuality. And he start off by saying, maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. Y'all heard him. It's your boy, Hold No Honey. Listen close. Oh, baba.
And we can figure this shit out every day on the internet. I ain't tripping. Hey, I ain't tripping.
Man, look, y'all crazy.
Did you get it done? How long it been? 18 months? How long it been?
Man, come on, bro.
Hey, bro.
What the fuck, bro?
Hey, bro.
That nigga knows Pinocchio over here alive.
Every time you go to court, they gonna let us know you going to court. So
I can't go to court for immigration if I got an open gun case. I can't go to court for immigration if I got an open gun case.
Let you run your time. Oh no, bro. Then we pull the case. Ain't no millions, bro. We got real people pulling case up, bro.
Look, bro.
I mean, did you tell them now? Did you pick up Dogg or not? What's going on?
Respect
your brand new
shit.
What is this?
You trying to use me for content.
You should have stopped that whole yesterday. You thug, nigga. What she got street.
So there he was just getting on 21 Savage head about a gun case disappearing. So here we got Wack, who never, ever had a crime partner, right? And he also never been convicted of a felony. Who never, ever had a crime partner, right? And he also never been convicted of a felony as an adult.
Easy nigga. Like this nigga ain't got a voice.
All right, check this out, Wack Hold No Honey, right? He claimed Wack Hold No Honey, right? He claimed he ain't never, ever had a crime partner, right?
Don't advertise on Google Ads or Facebook before blocking click fraud with Clixies. Not a fun fact. 1 out of every 4 clicks is fraudulent. Lucky you, Clixies gives you an extra layer of ad protection that helps you secure your campaigns against bots.
He also claimed he never been convicted of a felony as an adult. So there he was just getting on 21 Savage head about a gun case disappearing. So here we got Wack, who never, ever had a crime partner, right? And he also never been convicted of a felony as an adult. Here he is with a felony charge in 2005. He was definitely an adult. He had a crime partner. So we wonder, what happened to the case, Wack? Let me just give y'all a little of the top. Y'all see what it say. Cash McElroy Jones. Date of birth 4177, offense date 4/16/05. In the name and by authority of the state of Texas, the grand jury for the county of Wheeler, state of Texas, duly selected in panel, sworn, charged, and organized as such at the November team.
Salute, bro.
Cash McElroy, Wack Hold No Honey Jones. Hereinafter style defendant. That means for the rest of this time, when they talk about the defendant, they talk about Hold No Honey McElroy Jones. On or about the 16th day of April in 2005, and before the presentment of this indictment in the county and state aforesaid, did then and there having been convicted of the felony offense of assault with the firearm on the 12th day of May 1994. Let's do a little math. I guess this is the case he always talk about, that he went to the period. He was so, let's see, 1977 and 94. So it's that 17 years. So 12th day of May, let's see, 12th day of May in 1994, right? Bam. So he was born in April of 77. So yeah, that'd be 17 years old. He always try to holler at 16. So it must not have been too crucial if they didn't charge him as an adult, because that was the practice back then. Wow. So he always say he went to prison as a minor, so he went to prison PC'd up. You just learn so much when you run your mouth so much, Hold No Honey. But okay, assault with a firearm on the 12th day of May, 1994, in case number 190014 in Superior Court of Los Angeles County, California, in a case on the docket of said court and entitled "The State of California versus Jones Cash McElroy intentionally or knowingly possesses a firearm before the 5th anniversary of the defendant's release from supervision under parole following conviction said felony against the peace and dignity of the state." So you hear what they say, Texas. He has this charge from back in the day, and here he is, McElroy, in the aforementioned state of Texas, is now intentionally or knowingly possessing a firearm while he's on supervision and under parole following a conviction of the felony that he already was convicted for. All right, he never had a crime partner. Right, these are gun charges. He possessed a firearm. They disappeared. Let's see who else was charged on the same day with the same charges at the same time, since he never had a crime partner. What's going on here? How did these gun charges disappear? Okay, it was 2005. This is what happened, y'all. All these charges surprisingly disappeared once he decided to agree to cooperate on the wiretap with the main streets. Pay attention. Don't sleep. Don't slip. On Crip, let's notice at the top of the page, it's the same information. The only thing different is the name and the birthday. Robert Lee Jones, February 2nd, 1970. Offense date 4/16/05. Now they talk about his past record and it talks about possession of cocaine base. But let's get here to the bottom. It's the same thing it said about his brother. In a case on the docket said the court of Robert Lee Jones intentionally or knowingly possesses a firearm after the 5th anniversary of the defendant's release from supervision under parole following conviction of said felony at a location other than the premises that the defendant lived, to wit, a motor vehicle on I-40, Wheeler County, Texas. So, Wack No Hunted, Cash McElroy Jones, and his brother Robert Lee Jones were caught in Texas with 2 guns. Wack No Hunted was an adult. He has already told us and sworn that he has never been convicted of a felony as an adult. These cases have never been adjudicated. How did they disappear? While you sweating 21 Savage about his case disappearing, how did your case disappear, No Hunted? And we thought you never had a co-defendant. You know what I find also ironic? I always hear cuz say, man, shit just be popping up in my DM. People just be sending me shit. And I got so much paperwork popping up on my DM on cuz that I ain't even been able to go through it all. I guess we're gonna go through some of it later. But yeah, back on that wiretap.
Hi guys, today I'm sharing True Connect, a cellular service. They are on a mission to connect the under.
He thought he was slick. Oh, Baba, cuz crafty. They found 6 guns in his house. I think his wife took them, but she couldn't have took these ones him and his brother was charged with. But he ain't never had a crime defendant. But this is how we get to the draws down challenge. Because cuz not only was on Clubhouse when all this started, he also was on Clubhouse.
All right. Now, y'all heard that one, right?
True.
The nigga said he never had an adult felony, right? That people say otherwise. But check this one out, right? This is the guy, one of the guys that he ratted on with the paperwork. Hold up. Wack 100 paperwork revealed by OG La Brim. Hold up. Here we go.
A couple weeks ago, Wack 100 is confronted by a video that his social media from Studda Box, and because Wack had been claiming, the police saying Studda Box told him to get on me, he snitched on me, but they didn't find nothing. First of all, the feds don't come unless they already got they snitch. And if they got they snitch, nigga, they come because they got you. You understand what I'm saying? So then Wack admits that he had a conversation with the feds on the 64th floor. What he did, So what did you say? Where is that statement? That's how the procedure goes. Unless you're talking off the book, which would mean that you signed a proper agreement, which is also called a queen for a day. So anyway, Dell Dogg gets a call on the wiretap. Let me go to it so that I can go ahead and break it down for y'all, man. Wack 100, aka Wack, aka confidential source number 2. Now I want y'all to remember. Hey, shout out Tiny Draws, man. Tiny Draws told that nigga, you on paperwork, nigga. Yo, what's up, back? What's up, back? And didn't nobody understand why he was calling him back.
You lying. Are you dumb or something?
How young back?
Go ask your uncle if he didn't see my daughter.
How young back? Let's talk about a little back.
Who's back? I don't know.
You know who back is.
I don't know.
You know exactly who back is. You know exactly. You know about Mark Dell Dogg back. Stop playing these games, nigga. Stop playing these weird ass games, nigga. Yeah, stop. That's gonna be another story we gonna talk about later.
What Studda Box got to do with something?
I'm talking about that paperwork, nigga. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
You saying I'm on paperwork?
Bro, am I lying? Put that on Pyro, you not.
Wax on paperwork?
Put that on Pyro, you not.
Put that on 6-0 Wack on paperwork.
6-0 grip, nigga.
You understand that back was one of the names that the feds used for confidential source number 2. So the nigga, let me go back to the thing. So we finna get into the paperwork. So Tiny Draw said that the nigga name was back and that he was on paperwork. Well, the paperwork is a transcript of a wiretap, and it's from Dell Dogg from Mainstream Mafia case, rest in peace. So we goes to the first page, and it has the session 18202. This is the wiretap, date and time 8/5/2008 through 9/22/38 to 9/29/39. 7 hours per minute, or 7 minutes 1 second. Dell tells, this is the feds breakdown. Dell tells Stevens that your boy Box, referring to Studda Box, we can all agree to that, right? Went sour. Back wants Dell's phone number. Back needs to talk to Dell. It's important. Back Wack, right? But it also says CS2. Back. CS2, for those who don't understand law, is code word for confidential source number 2. So you get into Dell talks about Box incident and Back wanted to talk to Dell. Wack wanted to talk to Dell Dogg. Mafia talk and someone talking too much. Box with a question mark. Sound like Back, which is Wack, has info on Studda Box and talking about phone lines being compromised. So Wack is wanting to talk to Dell Dogg, so he goes through the Mafia's talk, who we're going to use as Mafia talk for this, not to involve nobody else, right? He tell Mafia talk, look, I need to talk to Dell Dogg. That nigga Studda Box went bad. Well, Wack knows Studda Box because that's his neighbor. In fact, that's how Wack even know Dell Dogg. So the only way you would know that the wires is tapped, and the only way that you would know that Studda Box had went bad, nigga, is if you done went and talked to them people. Wack admitted that he did go talk to them people on the 64th floor. So
the nigga met with the police for no reason at all, told the police transporting keys of cocaine for Suge Knight from Tijuana, Mexico, up to Seattle, Washington. They spent down there $400,000 tracking devices, following me around for 6-7 months, wiretaps, all kind of shit. Raided my motherfucking crib, didn't find nothing. Cut my wife up, searching, going.
Fuck the game. 2 messages on Mark's phone. Mark is involved on the gang business and operations. Dude, Back is calling on another line to Mark. So it says, hit me about 3 times. You want me to give you a number, so I'm calling to clear with you. first before. So Dell Dogg was like, I'm cool on that, brother. Right? Nigga, he don't even want Wack to know his number. He on here talking like he just super cool with Dell, nigga. That nigga Dell seen the snake in that bitch ass snake. So the nigga Mafia, he come back and say, oh, okay, you don't want? All right, so you don't want to do no hollering, all right. He said, what's up with you though, man? Dell Dogg changed the subject. So the dude Mafia style say, we'll talk, man, you know, I just need to know, man, you when I talk to Back, which is Wack 100, I'm just gonna tell that nigga, man, oh man, well, you know, homie, you been on the phone with dude, and you know, like basically you been on the phone with Studda Box, and you know, like, you know what? I'm saying you right, man. No telling what lies he told a nigga on the phone. You know what I'm saying? So they already own Studda Box and Wack 100. And then so this Dell Dogg. And then thought when you call the dude, you make the dude talk about certain stuff on the horn, you know that's what they got going on. He talking about Studda Box and Wack 100 got that going on. I ain't got no time for this dude. So then Mafia style say, I mean, you know that's good information. See, now I know how to, like I said, I ain't helping the Wack boy in a minute. You know what I'm saying? He called me out of the blue yesterday. Not yesterday, last night. Left me 2 messages. And this morning. And I just need to know how to play it cool. You know what I'm saying? Nigga probably said, man, nigga going to jail, you know? Laugh. The nigga got to laugh. So that's the first thing Studda Box said in his video, Wack 100, I'm not the one that put the police on you. Nigga, they had you on wiretap talking about conspiracy to murder. So if Studda Box, and he could be a rat and all that don't mean he lying about Wack 100 being on a wiretap talking about conspiracy to murder. That holds the same exact time as murder, a life sentence. And if that's what you on wiretap for, and if that's what they came for you for, then how you out of jail?
Commercials are meant to be 30 seconds. But this one is only 15. Because these fries cook in half the time. McCain Quick Cook Fries. They cook in half the time.
When you wash your body, do you use a moldy loofah, a dirty washcloth, or you're that guy that just uses their hands while only scrubbing your pits?
On top of that, it's obvious that they talking about they didn't trust you, that because you were neighbors with Studda Box, so you were closer to him, and that's how you met Dell Dogg. He knew that you would, if Studda Box got down on you and took you down, now you dying to get in contact with him, you probably working trying to set him up. So he didn't even want you to have his fucking number, nigga. You's a piece of shit. So hold on, we ain't finished. We got some more shit that's gonna talk about that, or confidential source number 2, aka Wack 100. Go to the next page with other leaders of the Lawrence Gang organization. CS2 is able to provide limited information regarding violent assaults committed by the mainstream mafia crip, including shootings, burglaries, and murders. Confidential source 2 is unwilling to testify in court against members of mainstream mafia crip because confidential source 2 is fearful of retaliation against confidential source 2 and or confidential source 2's family. CS, he worried about his family. The link is up top.
Ping up.
Nigga back because he already has seen this, bro. That nigga wasn't capping, and he knew he could stand on that. Wack 100 is confidential source number 2. So hold on, let me get back to it, because they say that he provided reliable information previously. You know? So listen, the nigga say confidential source number 2 has provided reliable historical information concerning the Main Street Mafia organization. However, confidential source 2 is only aware of certain aspects regarding the organization's criminal activity and narcotic distribution network. So he only know a little bit about how they move and work. Confidential source 2 has no knowledge or information regarding the methods in which narcotics are being transported to the Los Angeles area and distributed to mainstream mafia crip gang members. Because Dell wasn't fucking with your rat ass, nigga. He didn't trust. Additionally, confidential source 2 is unable to provide information regarding narcotic customers, flows of narcotic proceeds, and methods that they are using to laundering their narcotic proceeds. Confidential source 2 is only able to identify a limited number of mainstream mafia crip gang members. Confidential source 2 is unable to provide specific information regarding the organization's extortion activities, methods of monetary collections and distribution of proceeds. Now, Wack do say that he got niggas in his back pocket though, right? And the police ain't him this bitch ass up though, right? I'm just saying, they know what I do. You know, that's what Wack, they know what I do. Confidential source 2 is unable to provide any information regarding Mainstream Mafia Crip Association because he ain't from Main Street. He only was dealing with the nigga Studda Box. So this nigga Wack 100 been on paperwork.
All right, my brothers.
Yeah.
What did that sound like to y'all?
Well, we already knew, man. The nigga's he's a CI. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we all know that from the information the motherfucker can get when nobody else can get to. I mean, he might as well come out and say that's what he is, because I mean, we done figured this shit out.
It's crazy because on both questions, the initial question that he was first asked when I first came on about his sexual behavior, history, and activity, he hesitated, and no man hesitates when it comes to that activity of question. Matter of fact, on both questions, his fighting words to me, nigga, when you ask me first about paperwork and you talk with me in aggressive tone, I already know if I'm innocent, nigga, we got a problem in our conversation. Yep. If I have any activity of guilt, I'm hesitant and I'm subservient in my reaction and response. When that man called him a nigga and aggressed him verbally in his tone and authoritative tone, we all from the street. And if any of us haven't had any rank in the street, like I did, nigga, you ain't talking to me like that. I'm a fucking general. I don't give a fuck if I'm active or inactive in the street. So when you talk to me like that, you already know what it is. Now, if I'm innocent, nigga, we got a problem. If I'm guilty, I'm gonna stand down. Or if I'm have any association, because sometimes you just guilty by association based upon what you've been doing with other niggas. So just by his reactionary behavior, bro, it's, all that's, showing them culpable. And in the court of popular opinion of people that know, you culpable, bro. You've been doing something, nigga.
Yeah, because I mean, think about it. He even said it the other day with 21. He said, nigga, if you know that you got some shit going on, you should be in the corner quiet in the motherfucking mouse. So he contradicts himself because he's always in the middle of shit and he got shit going on. But for some reason, that people don't put the spotlight on that. They listen to what he say, because again, when you got, I call them minions of trolls, man. When he got the minions, man, them motherfuckers don't play. They'll believe anything he say. If he says the goddamn sun is out and it's raining, they'll say, nah, Wack right. It's gonna be rain. It's gonna be sun's gonna be out later.
But you know what? That's that culture that's been created. True indeed. Peace to Hennessy as well. Peace to the God.
Yeah, peace.
Peace.
But that's that culture that's been created, bro. That's that passive mindset of allowing a man to put you up under a spell like you a female and lead you into it and lead you into bullshit. And that's what these young boys it's happening right now. The culture that they have is an unseen, unwritten code of submission to an order that's uncivilized. Word up. And we ain't got no standards in that shit. That's why women and babies getting killed out here, because niggas ain't got no standards. They ain't got no code. They ain't got no order. And niggas ain't paying. They're not paying. Like I told the brothers last night on the podcast with the brothers in Chicago, bro, y'all giving consequences to each other for the wrong shit.
Right.
And when you start giving consequences to each other for the right shit, the people that's abusing the hidden hand that's abusing our community, they're going to find themselves on the other end of the barrel. And our soldiers, our police is the Bloods and Crips, man. Niggas just gotta have dignity, standards, and codes and stop being on this bullshit that's destructive. Wack is only exciting and leading the youth, man, into a fucked up position. And it's bad because he's teaching them that, hey, bitch, I could snitch on you. I could set you up. I could do bad shit to you and yours and still come around you. In my world, you can't come around here no more, bro. On the real, you snitch on the wrong person in the hood, your grandma might get hit by a car. And that's the way we grew up. So I don't know what they doing now, especially when you got niggas talking like this. Now, that's another man telling that man, look, bro, I know I got paperwork. I done seen it. And I done talked to other people that done suffered from the same activity that you done did to me. So when you see that information and the niggas saying that and you ain't saying nothing back with an authority, bro, you guilty, bro.
Yo, check this out, bro. Yo, check this out, guy. Now listen to this one right here. Listen to this real quick. I want y'all to hear this too, yo. This guy, I hate a liar. I hate a liar more than I hate a thief.
They the same.
Saying, yeah, I hate them both of them motherfuckers.
And turn your notification.
About a court case that he was involved in and he didn't do no wrong. If you argue, bro, get a nigga to work. Give them to work and tell them where they can go get it just in case they think like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anybody ask me for my paperwork, I will never be offended, get upset. You obligated to that.
Let me ask you a question though. If you was a CI, right? Ain't it a way you be protected though? So you could show your regular paperwork, right?
I don't know. I don't know how CI.
No, you know
work.
how
I've always been the target.
But you
broke. So you saying I'm a CI in this?
No, I was just asking the question. It's a question. But you see, you broke down 21 Savage federal shit. Like but you don't know your shit.
He part of it. What you mean I don't know my shit?
I'm saying you say you don't know how federal shit go. Now all of a sudden.
Who said I don't know how federal shit go? Who said that?
I said confidential informant. That's a part of federal shit, right?
Well, no, he's part of the U program.
No, what I'm saying
is, are you familiar with that?
I'm asking you about the CI.
Bro, are you familiar with the U program? I'm asking you a question.
Yes, I heard. I'm slightly familiar with it, but
no, slightly. If not,
hey, you can't
go look up the U program.
Hey, check it out, Wack. You can't spin me like you spin them kids. We talking about
keeping on one what? Hey, yo, post it.
1 month.
If you go look up the U program, post it. The U program states you have to cooperate.
That's how you kill these little kids. No, hella other shit in circles.
Talking about what? I'm telling you, he's part of the U program.
Okay, brother. I'm not gonna argue.
Look, let me slow it down. 21 Savage.
Slow, brother.
21 Savage is participating in the U program. Is something that ICE offers you.
That's factual, right?
Okay, so I don't know what's spinning.
That's factual, right?
That's facts. So and he ain't been to court in 3 years, bro.
Get that out, because see, you say shit so it can lead to other shit to get away from you. We trying to stay on you.
Well, like, bro, wait. Post it. This nigga slow. Who brought up 21? Me and him.
I'm slow.
Post it. Who brought up 21? Me and him.
Now you see how you want to play with slow?
You just brought it. You brought up 21.
People to validate your spinning. Like
hey, bro, I don't gotta argue with Post. Got my work. My shit up on the internet.
That's what you do all day is argue. What you mean? That's your job.
Hey, bro. So listen. So we talking about me and 21.
I ain't gonna over talk you. Go ahead, brother.
Who we talking about? Me and 21.
No, I'm saying I ain't gonna over talk you.
Who are we talking about? Because now you saying I'm a CI on myself.
I believe that you're a confidential informant. I believe that.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
salute,
nigga,
bro.
all right, well, that's what you
Hey,
believe.
Swick,
I
stand
guess.
up.
Some people believe in God, some people don't.
Motherfuckers always point out calling everybody else snitches and
Okay, well, if that's what you believe, based upon what?
Hey, boy, stop that right there, boy.
All right, I got you. Hold on one second. I'm stopping right now. Hold on.
Well, Posted just pulled my paperwork, so you saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You hear what he just said, God?
Yep.
Like God, like you know where we all come from, and we know code. And you ain't got to be in crime or in the street to have the standard of code of confidentiality and loyalty. And that man just spoke frivolously about the code of loyalty and confidentiality. In the street, you don't tell nothing. And when a man just insinuate that you a snitch, bro, it's funny because for a moment, my tone of voice is acting like a nigga said it to me.
Yeah,
right.
You feel me? And it's like just talking about it, where we come from, bro. You know, I went to prison, bro, based upon a man that was in the car. You feel me? He's in the car. He told on me in front of my face. Sent me to prison when the man that the shit got done to, he couldn't identify me. But the nigga that was in the car with me sat and told on me. Now, when they showed me the paperwork, I didn't see his name initially. That they just showed me that they had, oh, well, you got to prove to me. And bitch, I went to trial. So this motherfucker, he don't even act as if he's ever been in a situation where a nigga done, challenged him on it. Right. And what's deep is that, how the fuck you let a motherfucker tell you to your face, bro? This man is telling you to your face. And I don't care if we on the internet or not. We older, and I'm saying it to your face because we talking. But, bro, a man telling you to your face that he calling you a CI, and you don't call him on the incident, the time, the paperwork, the charge, and none of that shit, the witnesses. You don't call him on nothing. You just let this nigga talk and then say, oh, well, a lot of people don't believe in God, and then some people do. Nah, nigga. That's a problem, bro. And you need to be addressed. And grown men need the addressing, bro, because you're talking with too much authority and influence to the youth, man. And I was reading the comments of as they were talking, the comments of the youth was siding with Wack.
Now,
and I'm like, that's crazy, man. That shit it's irritable because I'm like, nigga, I ain't even supposed to be in that world mentally. But just knowing a grown-ass man out there influencing the youth to bring a whole nother generation of that bullshit. And nigga, you got to be removed from influence, bro. Word up, sit down, nigga, sit down. That's what everyone should be telling him right now, bro. Sit the fuck down, nigga. And I'm talking about grown men, because he know not to talk to grown men. Because he deflect when you deal with them kids. But you know not to talk to grown men like that, bro. Like the brother told him, nigga, stop playing, bro. Stop playing with us, because you're playing with our lives, and our children are going out here doing the same thing. That the next nigga that's up under you will go out and be influenced to do the same thing you doing to the same people in his community. And men that may have beat the system with an activity of business in the street, now they gonna fall because of niggas like you. Niggas you introducing to the community.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. Go ahead. No, I'm gonna say what I think is crazy is the fact that how nonchalantly he just said. He said, "Yeah, I really and dude," and it was so straightforward and powerful. It was no emotion behind it. It was just like he said, "I just truly think that you're a CI." And he said, "Oh, okay, if that's the way you think." Now, wait a minute. Now, I thought the whole thing was niggas are rats. So now you're saying, well, some people believe in God, some people don't. Nigga, what the fuck does that got to do with it? Like the man said, you spinning this shit again. You keep on spinning it. You called out 21. A nigga bring up your paperwork, and then he always used somebody else for the verification. He said, I gave such and such the paperwork to put up. So how the fuck did that person know that, or he don't work for you? How do we know that? You keep using one person. Why is you putting it up for one person to have? Like, I don't get that.
But the funny shit was, we was watching Spider Loc, we was talking about it. Spider Loc was reading all the paperwork that he got caught with the guns in Dallas, Texas, right?
Right.
Him and his brother. He said he never called a Dell case.
Well, he could have got away with that because just like when I got charged, I got arrested on my 18th born day. You feel me? At 1 o'clock in the morning. So when they caught me in New York, they got what they call a youthful offender status.
Right.
So you gonna take the charge, you're gonna get the felony, but it's sealed by the courts, so people can't see it unless you.
But 2005.
Unless you go to court again, right? So he was supposedly like 17 or 18 when that happened.
No, he was 17 or 18 when he caught the shooting charge. He was 17 when he caught the shooting charge, and he went to youth. He went to juvenile. He went to the youth house.
Right.
Then in 2005, he caught the gun case. He's talking about.
Yeah, that's an adult felony.
That's an adult felony.
Yeah. So you get caught with the gun as a felon, as an adult. That's a charge, unless you make the deal that this nigga made. Like, we ain't got to speculate, man. It's grown men, bro. That's why I was about to ask you. We all did time. Am I correct, bro?
Yes.
If we all did time, we already know the nature of a rat. Like, we already know the nature of a man that can't be trusted. And we know rats not even allowed on certain tiers, especially our tiers, nigga. You come around here, we find out you're a rat, we automatically don't trust you. It's just like you sneaking amongst us as a homosexual on the tier. If we don't know who you is, nigga, we got a problem with you when you show yourself. So when you're a rat, you're not allowed around us. Don't sit in our circles, nigga, because technically you police when you inside. And out in the street, you the same thing. So you just, like Hov said, nigga, you just a rat without the ball, even when you out here.
Yeah, see, that's the crazy part I'm not understanding. If he is affiliated with the Bloods, ain't nobody said nothing, but we had Bloods check him. We done had Crips check him. We done had a lot of people from different sets check this man. And for some reason, it's almost like they check him, but they know not to go too far, because in their mind, I mean, you got to remember, in other hoods, most people know the real story. We're not in that hood. You better believe in that hood, that nigga ain't been around. Like, don't fuck with that nigga. I mean, come on, man. Like, there's no way in the hell I could be. They even said the other day on the phone, it's hard for you to be on the phone with him because he record phone calls. That's the police in itself.
Yo, the Bacoma Pie rules kicked him out the whip.
Right.
His homeboys, niggas he grew up under, they kicked him out the whip.
But still, once you do that, you fooled, right? So nobody still won't touch him, knowing that he got kicked out the whip. That's why I said somebody they know something that we just don't know, or we just ain't privy to.
Man, we know now. We done heard it. Like we already. There's nothing he could tell me right now, bro. In my face, on the video, over the phone, whatever, nigga. Nah, bro. You compromised your motherfucking integrity, nigga. When you said what you said the way you said it, you don't respond to no man like that. I just told you the same thing he said when it came to his sexuality, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga, if you homosexual, if you bisexual, if you heterosexual, nigga, just say it. Be a man, bro. Be a man. Be accountable and responsible for your goddamn choices. And you made a choice, bro. If you snitched on a nigga, then say it. But you know the consequences that come with that. Why don't you remove yourself from out of the way, nigga? Because what's going to happen is this. A young boy that's going to learn, that's really learning the code, is going to encounter him or his kind. And he only going to escalate activity of violence amongst our people from bullshit that we shouldn't even be going for as men, bro.
I'm gonna tell you what's going to happen to Wack 100. Because Wack 100, that nigga hiding out in New Jersey, bro. Bergen County, bro. What's the name of that town in Bergen County, bro? Edgewater. He live in Edgewater.
Edgewater?
Yeah, he live in Edgewater.
Wow.
Yeah, Edgewater. That's that little suburb of like Willingboro, isn't it?
Oh, Edgewater. That's up there by Bergen County, North Jersey, where all the rich people live.
Well, it's like Ridgewood, Hohokus, Mohawk, all where the stars and shit live at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the rich, Bernardsville, all that.
Yeah,
it's where all of the money at. But it's like this. It's like this. Wack should just fade to black, bro. He should just sit down. Like we don't need that. We don't need your personality and influence in the industry. And bro, you've done what you've done. You went from an assistant, then a security guard, to goddamn finding your way into getting enough publishing rights of enough artists, bro, to get a little money. So be cool with that, man, and just go live your fucking life and stop being a disease for the black community, bro, because that's what you're doing, man. You creating division in the hood, and you teaching our brothers that they can be weak and then respect it like strength.
Hey, God, let me tell you what's gonna happen to this guy though. Y'all remember The Wire, right?
Yeah.
Y'all remember all them niggas were trying to get Omar, but them niggas couldn't get Omar because Omar was looking out for them. You remember he went to that store and bought that pack of Newport 100s, and that little boy walked up on and blew his brains out on that counter.
Yeah. Like I told you, the young boy that learns from a real G. and see the weakness. See, we know we teach that's a weakness to us. Nigga, you ain't the same. Bro, once you done laid with a man, bro, you not the same type of dude that we are. Now cut it out. See, let's not even play games. And look, it's okay for you. Just like it's okay for me to stay with the way I am, it's okay for you to make your decision for your life in the way that you did, bro. But do not put that shit on me, nigga. In no way, because you ain't me. Just like you told on that man, you ain't me. I went to prison, nigga, and I kept my mouth shut the whole time, even when the nigga sat on the stand and told on me. So you damn sure ain't me, bro. You half of a man, so you just a male to me. And it's okay for you to be that. Just be that over there.
Right. Because at the end of the day, let's look at it like this, like you said. Man, and then from the Bullets, Gotti, to all the motherfuckers connected, here's the fucked up part. And I watched it the other day just to see, man, this nigga not only exposes people outside his little clique, he tell on his clique. He didn't expose every female, every nigga there, the niggas that was helping him host, and the nigga C or whatever that little nigga, that one nigga that was on there with him, the light skinned nigga. He done exposed him. He exposed everybody.
CEO Reek, yeah.
Yeah, man, he exposed. I mean, he completely just talk bad about the nigga manhood, and the nigga still want to be his friend. That shit is weird, man. I ain't never known no niggas like that.
Know why the niggas who want to be his friend? Because him and that nigga probably fucking.
Could be.
Or that nigga know something about that man, that man gotta remain friendly.
Yep.
Sometimes some niggas your enemies, and you know that if you play the role of being their friend, then you're gonna get more out of them than they getting out of you, but you can still stay in that position.
That's right.
And a lot of niggas gonna play it like that in order to keep it like that because they don't want him to turn against them, and they done probably did some shit for him.
Yes,
that's a violation of every code that we stand up under, like killing a nigga that wasn't supposed to be killed,
or being initiated with a training.
Facts, because that man, he burnt out, bro. Like I heard, that's his voice, nigga. That nigga said that shit. Now, man, he burnt out, bro. Like what the fuck? Like niggas need to address him, bro. On the real, just the men need to address him, man. Black men need to address him, bro. That don't make no fucking sense, bro. You have a high position of influence right now, man, on these young boys right now, man. A high position of influence, and they looking at him like he's the code, the standard of what it is to live out here in these streets.
Yeah,
but John, check this out, God. This is where the psychological fuck up is, right? These are people that's on Clubhouse. Us, as men, we have to, like you said it before, a man can't look you in your face. So when we get on here, most of the times we're on our FaceTime. You know what I'm saying? Or if we moving around doing some other shit. They're on Clubhouse. You don't know what none of these people look like. None of them. If you didn't know who these people was, you will never see their face. That's where I think psychologically their social reach is really fucked up, because again, anybody can sit on the phone and talk shit. But when you face to face, man, hey, you know what I'm saying? The picture's worth 1,000 words. So a lot of them, half of them, they sitting up in their mama's house. Some of them, they just want to be something. And it's the fact, oh my God, I got access to what they consider a celebrity. When this nigga ain't a celebrity, this nigga doing more buffoon shit to become a one-hit wonder off doing dumb shit. And they just like, okay, I want to do that too. That's why they be on there arguing. Man, this shit is just sick to me, bro.
Hey, Cross, pardon me, Lulu, Queen, you right, because initially I got flashbacks of my actual life. So that's why I got a little crazy and emotional in my delivery.
Right. Nah, it's real, man. It's passionate when you, because again, they constantly stealing, trying to rob our manhood, man. They constantly keep doing this shit. And then we're saying, man, look, that's not what we stand for as men. And how can that person that's got all this old flaws and fucked up situation to, man, represent us? He's not a representation of us at all.
Right, right. And that's what's disgusting. Like, she right, but in the same light, as black men, like, we done been through some shit, man. And I tell our sisters all the time in the class, I said, do not never forget, before the white man got to do anything abusive to you, he had to do the worst to us. So black men go through so much shit, and to have us go through what we went through and try to make a change, then have this nigga come sit up here and act as if he's an example or an influence. And when you say people be on Clubhouse, bro, that's the mode of communication with the world now, the internet. So everything is image. And if you can be the biggest, baddest, you know, bullyish type black man, you're fitting that stereotypical image that Hollywood has already made of the black man. And our children are attracted to it because the YouTube Clubhouse is the new TV. So naturally, we gotta, you know, just address this man from these platforms and at the same time be a physical example so that we can stand on what we say rather than have a motherfucker running around here influence kids to do the worst of shit.
For real, bro. And you got to think about this too, man.
That's facts, Biggie.
You got to think about this shit too. These kids are really listening to him and they following him and they laughing. They say, you right, Wack. He don't know what he's talking about. He did bring up. It don't matter who he brought up. He's trying to make a point.
Right.
He said, so if you could get his shit, why ain't your shit out there? How you gonna know about his cases and know about a person being deported? If you act like you don't know what a CI is, he's trying to act like he don't know what a CI is.
Man, we know he know that shit because there ain't no fucking way. If you call talking about, if you can pull up somebody immigration talking about I got people on top of that, you better believe he got people to make sure you can't find the shit that's about him. And that's why I said he used the one charge. And he always brings up, man, look here, man. Like we said, we street niggas. I know every nigga on here that had more than one charge. We just don't talk about it. We just talking about, but this nigga keep talking about the one charge like it was the greatest charge. Nigga, the shit that we done got away with is much more greater than the charge he got caught with.
And
what is he talking about?
That's the crazy shit. You go to prison to learn how to get away with crime. You don't go to prison to learn how to go back to prison or send niggas to prison. Unless when you got to prison made you. And niggas that got made in prison did that. They slept with boys and they adopted them ways, and then they came back out here and acted like they was, you know, whole gun super tough Mr. Gunny and got the young boys up under their influence. You know, when you go to jail, come back to the hood, you young boy, at that age, he was still up of a real influence. That's how he got in where he got in back then when I used to see his ass when he was younger. And I'm talking about this 9'4", 9'5". That's back when that nigga was doing that shit, running around as an underling. That's the crazy shit, man.
Yeah, we was running out. We was running around under Suge Knight.
He was a hit. He was like the little, like you know, go get the car, dude. Like real talk. And next thing you know, this nigga had paperwork and publishing rights on niggas careers. Now when you get a nigga catalog, I don't know how, you know, we saying this shit right now, bro. I've been knowing this man since I toured with Bad Boy since '94. I'm thinking of it, saying this stuff like, damn, how did he?
Hello?
Shit.
Yo, Ja, this nigga, in '94 he was in jail still.
No. Listen carefully. '94 when I was touring with Bad Boy from '93, Def Jam from '92 to '94, from '94 to '98. When I toured with Bad Boy, his ass was Suge Knight's henchman.
Okay.
He was not who he is now. But when you listen to him now, I'm like, how did this nigga get back then get publishing rights to niggas? but he squirmed his way into doing it. Now, if you a snitch, nigga, I can see how you got it. Because you stood around and watched other niggas do shit and you use that shit against them to get what niggas got. Just think, bro. I'm like, if this nigga the snitch that he is and he just exposed, how could you be with them? How they let you be with them then? I'm like, how many of them niggas was like that?
He probably got shit on niggas.
Man, Suge was known for some of that too.
Well, tell on nigga.
Hell yeah, man, look it up.
Wow.
See, this is my point. I'm like, how did they, but I'm talking about the niggas around them. Just look it up. I'm talking about the niggas around them. How did they let him get away with that then?
Right.
And them niggas wasn't like, bro, when we used to tour on the West Coast, when I used to go out to the West Coast, bro, the culture, that's why I can explain the culture, because it was life. It was like being a 5%er or a Muslim on the East Coast.
Yeah.
In the 80s and the 90s, bro, it was the way you lived. It was how your life constructed. It was your environment that you grew up with. So it was culture, and everybody was on code out there. Now they was feeling on the West Coast differently because it was a different culture, but they was on code. How did they let him all of this time? Like, you know, like, nigga, you know something that on some people that you know something, some real shit on some real people, bro. And they ain't just niggas in the street. They ain't just niggas in the street.
You got to remember too, John, it's all of them are starting to come out. Prime example. You know what I'm saying? The whole Mob James. When Mob James was out, and he was this, and he was this, documented. Then when, boom, what Wack do? Expose him as a snitch. They expose him as a snitch. You ain't heard shit else from Mob James. It's a lot of them niggas, man. Ain't nowhere in the hell you can go around, be shooting niggas, throwing up your set, talking about you the big homie, and the police not fuck with you. It's like a dope boy. That's what I'm saying. The difference is the dope boy has something. What does a gang? You know what I'm saying? What does a nigga that's banging? What does he got to lose? His job is just to get rid of niggas. That's what I'm saying. So you're you're a bigger threat than anything. So these niggas are more liable to tell on other niggas. That's why I said it's so fucked up. And for anybody to think that a nigga's a certified G and then put in work and killed a bunch of niggas and they ain't never got caught or told on, somebody ain't told on him, man, they tripping, man. They tripping. I would never, you can't ride with a crash dummy.
Man, Wack was a young boy as an underling, and back then, bro. Now he got niggas catalogs, bro. And ain't nobody looking at that shit. Listen to him talk like that, bro. That's the type of dude. That's the type of dude, bro, that did some real fucked up shit, or doing some fucked up shit with some other niggas that's doing fucked up shit.
Yeah,
There's no way you survive. There's no way you survive like that, bro.
Now think about this, even to the point where he even mentioned, this is what really got me. I said, okay, this motherfucker must really be somebody to somebody, right? This motherfucker got the video and called out a Mexican, De La Hoya, and said he dressed up and he got the videotape, and ain't nobody said nothing. They left the shit alone. That's why I said this nigga dangerous. For this nigga to come out and say, I mean, think about it. De La Hoya ain't do shit to this man. This man comes out and say, this how real I am. I got this video of this man right here, and he better not say nothing. And I was extorting him.
That was the 90s, though. That was back in the 90s when De La Hoya had the fishnet hookup and all of that shit.
I remember that, but what I'm saying is, he said he was extorting him. If he's extorting him, what relevance does that have? That to me sounds like, nigga, I'm a professional snitch. Nigga, fuck with me if you want to.
Hold on one second. Anthony Covington. Wack wasn't locked up no 5 years, bro. He probably was locked up in 94, but he was out by 96. By the time he was 18, he's out by the time he was 18, 19, bro.
Yeah, he was running around with the labels from the West Coast. I told you he was a henchman, technically. Like, he was just one of the dudes that did shit with Suge and them.
We know for a fact he was Suge in 98. We know for a fact he was Suge in 98.
He basically was the East Coast Jimmy Henchman. I mean, West Coast Jimmy Henchman.
What they say he was locked up all that time?
Yeah.
Nah, he may have been locked up like in 94, bro, but I used to see the brother. Like, bro, they just released a video of the 97 Source Awards. And between 95 and 96, you know, the Source Awards was the hottest thing popping.
Right.
Suge Knight, Tupac, and Biggie. You know, 95 Source Awards that's when the West Coast like damn near took over. And we was at the Source Awards at that time in New York. And that's when Suge and came on stage and screamed on Puff. But short story, that man began appearing after that. And he was with the whole team, bro. He was there. It wasn't, I ain't seeing no ghosts. I ain't telling no lies. That man was out there. He was a part of their team. But my thing is, how did he go from being just that guy to the position where Suge was at?
Well, you got to think now. What about your boy? The boy that just got out of jail. Used to be the police. Him and Wack was best friends. What's his name? He was with Mob James. And what's the light skinned nigga name? He got sick. Reggie Wright. So think about this. Him and Wack were best friends. That's why him and Wack to this day, he said, I will never do Wack wrong. I know Wack act funny. I think that your boy was like, look, man, we got a program here. You my homeboy. We're going to put you in this program. I just feel like that Reggie know. If anybody knows if he the real police, Reggie know, dog. Because he probably used him. He probably used him to get in. Think about it. It's like when they put plants in jails. Niggas don't know. They throw them in a pod because they could be undercover police just to get info. And like I said, I just think Wack's job was to get in and use his little barbaric tactics like he think he is, and niggas was intimidated by him to get in to find information out. Because I just, like I said again, for you to know about somebody's youthful status, for you to know about all this, but when a nigga say, well, you know, explain us about a CI, and he's like, well, no, that's youthful. And he's like, no, but what is a CI? This nigga talking about, I don't know what you're talking about.
Ain't no why, yo. And that the crazy part is, I think he just did Suge Business Blueprint in the 2000s of what Suge did in the 90s.
That's it.
I think he took the young boys of the West in the 2000s, because that's how he got their paperwork, man. He got them dudes publishing rights, man, and it's crazy. When you own somebody's catalog,
brothers,
it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. That man, I don't, you know, I believe it now that I heard him say it, but I'm like, damn, bro, you let a man call you a fag, a homosexual, and then you let a man call you a damn CI in your face, bro, and you ain't defend yourself. You didn't even speak to defend yourself. That shit just don't fucking sit right, bro. And you influenced all of these kids out here doing this dumb shit.
I mean, think about this too, God. One thing that I remember I watched on there, they said that when he exposed the one chick that took the video of him, he went into a whole detail about this bitch was doing a fraud, and that she was telling him all the information on what she was doing. And he said, don't forget you got kids. I would hate to see you get locked up from this fraud case. I was like, what the fuck? This the same broad he smashed that he got the info on. That's why I said, who would fuck with a nigga like that?
Well, hey man, some street niggas play dirty, bro.
Yeah, that nigga real dirty. That's
some street niggas do play dirty, bro, and they call it playing chess. But the worst part about it is that what comes with that. See, we can choose our actions, bro, but we don't get to choose our consequences, man. So that's why I keep saying over and over again, I've been seeing this dude for, what is 2022? It's about 24 years now of running around, bro, and nobody don't address that shit. Like niggas was addressing, niggas on the West Coast was addressing Suge when Suge was representing the West Coast. We was going out on the West Coast, bro. Niggas on the West Coast was addressing Suge. So that's my point. Like what happened to that? You
got to remember too. Let's take this in consideration. It's like anything else. If you around a nigga but you don't see a nigga, man, half the time these niggas don't know. They just wanted to be around him. So when he's doing his, I'm gonna say his detective work, Niggas is not paying attention to that because, again, if he's been doing this for 24 years, this nigga is a genius in talent. You can't. This nigga is a perfectionist when it comes to talent on a professional level. See what I'm saying? So we looking at it from like if a nigga was around you. Like I just did one on my YouTube, man. 17-year-old, right? 17-year-old. The mama said he cleaned his room. She knew something was funny. This was out of Louisville. Cleaned all the room and he left. He ended up getting killed by a nigga that he was with, apparently carjacking. Well, after a week comes out, this dude was she found out her son is an informant. Now, 17, it's against the law to be an informant. So he ended up dying. The question is, how did the mama not know this boy was talented? That's what I'm telling you. Like the way the world is, you know how the old school way, your mama and them used to check on you. They go behind you when you leave the house. They trying to find out, man, there's no way I can understand a 17-year-old being an informant and the mama just finding out.
Well, the difference is that our mothers that were single mothers, they didn't come from single mother structures, communities, and homes. So they used to conduct themselves based upon the way they watched their fathers and uncles behave with their brothers and cousins as examples in order to check on us or be over us. When that generation went away, now the single mother, she's passive. She allows the boy at the age of 12 to be like, shut up and leave me alone and close his door and don't give a fuck. See, and so when that happens, he's allowed to do these external activities from the home and she has no knowledge of it and no control of it. And she just cried at the casket. And that's how it's sad, but that's our reality.
Because I wanted to tell King, I want him to pull that up, man. That shit, it bothered me last night. I was like, damn.
Which way pull up?
Pull up 17-year-old informant.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, just type in the YouTube, man. It's just sad, man. Y'all watch that, man. And it's the fact that this man, when you watch it, it don't make sense. And then they said, well, they wanted the police report of what happened to the young man. They said it was a wire that was taken off him. Now, me personally, I didn't see that wire, but they showed it. But when you look at it on the video, it doesn't look like they said it's been edited. Oh, man, it's crazy. Like I said, I be looking at a lot of stuff, especially dealing with our youth, man, because, man, as a parent, man, I got young.
17-year-old killed?
Yeah, 17-year-old. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Yep.
Old English, that's facts. Old English, that's what Wack is up to. He ain't from Compton, and he just want to be, or he done put himself in the position of it. He the new sheriff now. He got them boys publishing rights, man.
A month ago?
Yeah, it was like a month ago. They still doing the investigation, but it's a little young black. You'll see him, the little young black kid on there, but it's 17-year-old informant came out of the.
Right?
Huh?
Was it a girl?
No, it's a boy.
Yeah, the girl got killed in Philly.
No. This was 70. Go into in Louisville. I think it was in Louisville.
Louisville?
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. Damn. Hold on.
Peace, grown man talk.
Okay, it's lawsuit alleges 17-year-old died because of confidential informant. LMPD in Louisville. WLKY News.
Hold on 1 second. I got it.
It's like at 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Or 301. The one 301.
Well, it's a couple. I just do.
Yeah, just click on it. Yeah, you'll see it with a young man on there. Yep, that one. Check this out, God.
Mother who says her 17-year-old son
died
because he was a confidential informant for LMPD.
The department is refuting her claims made in a civil lawsuit. WLKY's Mark Vanderhoff joins us with this interview and our exclusive investigation. Mark?
Yeah, Vicky, Rick, Shawanda Carter was understandably emotional talking about this case. She was confused when police told her son, divorced owner, was involved in a carjacking, which led to his death. Then, cell phone video of the police response surfaced on social media.
The day that my son was murdered, my son did the unusual, which was clean up his room. to something he never did. And my son didn't even get to make it back home.
Shawanda Carter says there was something suspicious about her son's behavior in the weeks before his death.
He always told me that he was okay. You know, he was like, Mama, don't trip. I'm all right. I'm like, are you sure? Because something is not right.
Carter now believes she knows what was happening. A civil lawsuit filed this week alleges 17-year-old divorced stoner was acting as a confidential informant for LMPD, even though he was a minor. The lawsuit alleges that put him in danger and ultimately led to him being shot at a Zaxby's restaurant off Fern Valley Road last August. Their only evidence so far is this cell phone video, which her attorneys say has been enhanced for clarity. She believes the video, which we're airing with her permission, shows an officer pulling her son's body out of a car, then taking an undercover surveillance wire from his body.
It shocked me. I couldn't believe it. You know, I would have never, ever okayed anything like that, you know, with my son at all.
LMPD does not normally comment on pending lawsuits, but issued a statement Tuesday which says, in part, LMPD resoundingly refutes what is being put forth. According to court documents, Stoner died while attempting to rob and carjack someone in that parking lot. His alleged accomplice, Antonio Lawson, was indicted last month on charges of complicity to murder and complicity to robbery in connection to Stoner's death. Court documents filed this week say the man Lawson and Stoner were trying to carjack shot Stoner twice, killing him. But Carter doesn't believe that narrative.
I believe that it's hidden and it done came out, and so they had to come up with something.
She and her attorneys want to see the unedited body camera video from the officers in the cell phone video.
I believe that it will show what they were really doing.
Now, WLKY News has filed an open records request for the body camera footage of the officers seen in that video. LMPD says it is in the process.
What you all think of that, man?
Wow.
God, see, that's the deception that we dealing with every day, and Wack is advancing.
That's what I was saying. That's what made me think of that shit.
Yeah. Now, if you think of any young kid right now listening to Wack, and they hear Wack admit that what he just did, that his ass was a CI, they would think it's okay to be the toughest, roughest nigga on the street and be a CI at the same time. And the code on the street the code still exists. It's just not enforced. It's just not enforced unless it's enforced amongst the weak or those who are disciplined to enforce it. And that's just what happened.
I'm going to let you keep building, but think about it, what you said. But when you're raised up under the code, like that young man, see, something ain't right. The young man, they didn't say the young man killed him. They said the person he was trying to jack. My question is, where's the hero at?
Right.
See, something ain't right with this whole picture. If you try to jack me at a restaurant and I shot you, then I'm a hero because you tried to carjack me, and I'm gonna be interviewed. There's no person that was carjacked. It was him. I just think the other young man that was in the car with him found out, nigga, you the police?
Bro, he was wired. They already knew he was police. They exposed the wire. That's how he got shot. That's how it went down. See? So and that's my point. If Wack get away with it, I can get away with it.
And that's why I wanted y'all to look at that, man, because I do shit like that because that shit right there, just like, bro, where's the code at? And like you said, and it made me think just then when you said about Wack and how, he's thinking he's lying to people. Like you said, if he just come out and say, man, I do tell, then niggas will just deal with him accordingly. But at the same time, nigga, you playing this game. This is a 17-year-old that thought the police was going to protect him. And the police really set him up for the okie doke. So they got two birds with one stone.
That part. And that's what's crazy.
Two birds with one stone, bro. It's more than two birds. They dropped a bomb in the community.
Yes.
And one thing we got to address, bro, is our seeds. Like, instead of Wack 100 doing what we have to do, when you done laid down and bled in that street, bro, and then got locked up, man, we got to test a story to tell. And the story should be about prevention, being proactive, changing the activity of our mindset, bro, than glorifying and celebrating horror. and our kids are suffering because our children are suffering from PTSD because they're going through shit that we really didn't go through. You know how many teenagers, when you go to these high schools, bro, and got classmates that have got killed? This shit crazy. It's it's abnormal and unnatural, but we've made it a normality, and like it's natural.
Yeah,
So
no, it's real.
He fucking shit up, bro. And niggas
And that's
gotta
why I said
address
I
that.
wanted to, because my thing again, and this is, and like you said again, and there's no disrespect, because again, as men, we are unapologetic black men. We're apologetic black men, meaning as into the women, we apologize for failing. For a person to, when I sat there and I watched that mother, that like you said, so busy, and like you said, she probably was raised by a full household, but they only watched the daddy do certain things, but they didn't see what, as men, what we do in the background to keep shit together. So for me, it's just mind blowing for her to say, I knew something was different that week because he made his bed. You based everything off. What other shit led up to the bed making? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy to me.
But as soon as she seen it, the first thing she was, see, this where I keep telling us, God, our sisters have to stop taking this Oprah mentality and believe that they can raise these children these boys on their own. Our men have to stand the fuck up and stop being males, swinging dick and wasteless water around, creating children that they're not being responsible for, because it takes parental balance.
Say it again. Say it
takes
again,
parental balance in order to, especially our boys. Our boys are the gods. We are what the white man fear the most. Yep. So as long as he can keep making our semen wasted water, as the Quran calls it, then we'll be out here making children, man, just making more slaves for the white man. And the bad part about it is that we're responsible for it, bro. And if we be responsible, then we can be held accountable. All we got to do, bro, is take charge of our homes and tell our sisters, let us have the men. That's why I said yesterday and I'm going to say today, all boys, man, need to be up under some martial art. I don't give a fuck if it's karate school, wrestling, or boxing. They need to be learning that shit because it makes a boy masculine. It takes a lot of that feminine energy and influence that the world has been bombarding our young boys with, and allows him to deal with his true nature. To prevent him from dealing with ignorance and emotion, he'll be dealing with masculine conflict resolution from a responsible standpoint, protecting his life.
And it also gives them the point where they understand the control, because you know that, man. We all did it, whether it was basketball, whether it's football, whether it's martial arts. We learn to control our anger. That's one of the things where it's not an emotional state. You know, you have to, when you go inside karate, people know before you walk into somebody's dojo, you got to bow. It's certain rules that are put in place for you to have to stay obedient at all times. And that's the thing about it. And it's like, you know, when I look at it, and I look at a lot of these, even when I look at these TikToks and these Instagrams with these mamas on there, with either their daughters or either with their sons, and they dancing and and shit like that. I'm just like, man, I get that type of, you want to have, build that relationship. But remember, my mama, God bless her dead, used to always tell me, I'm not your friend because I don't know how you really treat your friends. So if I'm your friend and you talk to me in a certain way, you looking at me as a friend, that's a problem. So I don't want to be your friend. I want to be your mother. Because if I'm your mother, I'm separate from your friends. And that's what a lot of these parents are. They becoming friends, but they don't really know when they leave their house. When they kids leave out, you don't know how your kid treat their friends, so-called friends. So they start acting out to you, and you're like, man, why are you talking to me like that? Well, that's how they talk when they leave your house.
That's that word right there. Friend is abused just like the word love. And I've always taught my children, you don't have no friends outside. You only have buddies and associates. Your friends are the only people that's inside, because that's the only people that's forever is your family. And as a parent, I'm your first friend, but I'm going to show you how friends should treat you. That's the only activity of friendship you got with me. Other than that, I'm an authority. And the problem is when you got a man, like a male lion, see them kids play with the lioness all day. When the male lion come around, he tolerated only for a couple minutes, and he tell them to get y'all ass over there and get away from me. See? And they develop a discipline which is like boxing and karate. If you go to martial arts class, the mother, she's no longer in charge. Now the master's in charge. When you go to a boxing gym, the mother's no longer in charge. The trainer's in charge. And now the male child has to now submit to masculine authority. And that takes a discipline, but it's in the nature of the boy. And if he's allowed to interact with men and other boys, he will answer his nature. And that's our problem. We have cut off the masculine interaction with the cub, and they're not becoming lions, they're becoming lionesses. They react and fight, cat fight. See, without regard to harm. See, see, they cat fight without regard to harm. So when male lions fight, it's to the death, and they already know that, so they ain't so quick to fight. Female lions fight all day because they fight without regard to harm. And that's the problem. We have to teach our boys how to be men and sit whack ass down.
Yeah, that's why I said I wanted to show y'all that and build with y'all on that video, man. Because like I said, it just as a parent and us as logical men, like when I see that woman cry, again, no disrespect, the emotion, because I don't have that emotion like that, but I have the logic to it. So again, that's why I wanted to hear from y'all as men, because the logic is like, but again, everybody was raised different. Like me, I'm from the old school. Like my kids leave the house, I go in their room. That's my time to go in your room, to go through your shit. I ain't gonna say nothing to you. If I see you moving different, I ain't gonna say nothing, because I understand. I watch you, I study you, you mine. So if I see you move different, I ain't gonna say nothing like my mom used to do. She'd just go in my room. When I come home, you know how I used to be coming to the house. Whatever you got, that motherfucker sitting on the table. Sit right there on the table. You walk past it like you don't see the shit.
No, check this out. Cross, check this out. I remember one day, right? I came home. I was out on the block all day. I came home. I'm about to go put my money up, right? So I go to my drawer, right? Where I keep my money at. I look at my drawer, my money in my drawer. I look on the bed, my money is stacked in neat piles on the bed. Grandma went to like, so I went to see if you need any more clean underclothes, and this is what I found. I'm like, oh, Grandma, I'm holding that for somebody.
Yeah, my mom did me like that too.
$60,000 for somebody, boy. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you some real shit, God. I used to put shit up, back in the days when we had the speakers. I used to take the speakers and put the shit up in the speakers and shit, and my money and shit. And one day, I'm telling my homeboy, I'm like, yeah, I'm about to get out of school. Hey, yo, meet me at my crib. I got it. You know what I'm saying? I go to the house. I go looking. I'm looking through my house. What the fuck? I'm thinking. I'm backtracking. Look, I done left the house. I done backtracked. Came back to the house. When I come back, all the shit sitting on the speaker. So look, I walk in the room, and you know how you get like you saw a ghost. I turned back around and was heading back. She said, "Where you going?" She said, "I think you left something back there." Oh man, that shit crushed me, man. But that's the shit I'm saying. Like, you have to do that because, again, I want to know is if he was an informant, like the young man was an informant, his mama didn't know he had paperwork. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, how did they persuade this young man? He had to have done something fucked up, and they said, "Look, you just gonna work for us." I don't understand how they not have that, and they're not gonna have it because legally they scared him enough to make him buy into some shit because he did not know the law.
See, the sister addressed it earlier. Sister Lulu addressed it earlier that social media is their God now. So that's their parent. You feel me? Like we were discussing the past day. That's their parent. So they get they get into arguments. They get into new friends. Because that's what, Facebook used the word friends. So everybody used the word friends frivolously now. So that's my Facebook friend. So you start communicating with someone in the virtual world and it's all mental. You lose yourself not realizing that the physical has to catch up to the mental at some point.
That's a fact.
So the cops could have recruited him just off the internet.
Wow. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. See, it's a whole, like when you over 40 years old, bro, Your brain got to catch up sometime to the activity of the
That is a
virtual
fact.
world. And we don't look at it like that. And I had to psychologically train myself to separate my physical world from the virtual world, which they have been teaching us since the 80s, that you have to do that in order to interact. Because if you don't, you will become assimilated to the program. So
you're right.
So you either be seen as a resistor or an assistant, and that our children are just natural assistants while we are natural resistors. So that creates a divide amongst us, and we have to learn how to look at it between the two.
No, you're right, because I tell you one thing. I was.
Salute, one second. Salute. You got Israel Doctrine in the building. Salute to Israel Doctrine.
Salute.
Peace.
Salute. Yeah, I was just saying, like, even like with the situation, I was talking to this old guy, you know what I'm saying? He's like around here in the city, he's like almost 90, right? My homeboy's grandfather. And he was telling me, man, it was so deep. He said, man, back in the days, they learned to invent a lot of stuff. He said, because they cherished their computer. So I said, what do you mean? He said, my brain. He said, every now and then you need to turn off everything. He said, because where we were raised up, especially when we hear computer, we think of mind. He said, you're allowing spam in your mind all day. So you're not allowing your computer to clean itself. And I was like, wow, that's deep. He said, yeah, put stuff down and walk away. He said, that's why you can be able to create and invent, because you're no longer dealing with spams like on our phone. When we get one and click, if we believe it enough, people click on the damn link to fuck up your whole computer, which he said, that's your brain. That's all it is. It's just a mixture of minds in one system. He said, so don't never overload your brain or your computer. He said, just let it clean itself. You got to clean yourself first and then go back and turn it on. When you turn it on, you'll notice that shit don't make sense no more.
God, that's why we have to release ourselves from the system. I teach the kids that at least once a day, take 20 minutes to yourself with nothing else. That means your phone, television, radio, and all of that. And in the class, I make them practice it. You'll be amazed that children can't sit still for 3 minutes. The total of one boxing round. They can't sit still in their brain for 3 minutes. So we have to teach them how to, like you said, clean out the space so you can put something real in. And we used to have meditation or prayer for that, bro. When you grow up and you used to pray, when you pray, everything was off, nothing was on. The only thing you had was your own conversation with yourself.
That's it.
And we don't talk to ourselves enough, bro. They done trained you to listen to everything else instead of talking to yourself. That's why you have no conscience.
That's it.
Well, remember,
that's why
the
when you look
phone
at
and the
that's
brain
why
is
when
a
you
clone of your own brain. Remember that the phone and the computer, those are clones of a human brain. That's why you got to teach your phone how to talk like you. When you first get it, you notice that it's always texting wrong words until it figures you out.
That's right. That's right. So that's why I tell people, man, you have to, and the sad part, you can even look at like even my kids, man, and I started noticing, me and my wife a few years ago, especially when, you know, the tablets and stuff, when you're talking to them, man, it's eerie, man. And y'all know what I'm saying? It's like looking straight through them. Like, it's like they have a deer, like a deer in the headlight look. They don't comprehend. But if you text them, they can respond, but they don't respond to you standing in front of them having a social. They can't do that. Some of them hyperventilate. But then they can get on the internet like a Wack and they can go off. But in front of you, it's a calm. It's almost like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, that's the internet, and a lot of them do that. What are you talking about, man? That's the internet. And you're like, bro, you said some really foul shit to me.
Can I rebuttal
bro,
what
but
you
that's
just
the
said?
internet.
Can I rebut? So now check it out. I don't know about you. I'm from Connecticut, right? And CT, you get your inmate number at 16 years old, and that should stay with you forever. So when I caught mine. So now, and at 16 in Connecticut, they could give you 500 years. That means you an adult. That means if you get arrested, they don't got to contact your parents. You're an adult. You know what I'm saying? You go in front of that judge by yourself. You know what I mean? If you go in front of that judge, they give you a continuance, you don't bond out, you go to the county, you got your inmate number. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And that's out here. At 16, you get your number. I don't know about where that kid
But you
is
know
at. I don't
that's
know about where
and I
Dell
hate to cut
is.
you off, God. But you know what's fucked up is the fact that at 16, see, they don't even talk about that. They make big deals about, oh, he's a juvenile in other places. But I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that 16 you're an adult.
You know, it's fucked up that we don't
If you're
understand politics as a community, as a
Yeah,
black community.
remember that if you in your city, if you can drop out of school at that age, you're an adult.
Dog. Yeah.
Remember that. You gotta
Wow.
understand what's being taught to you. Fuck what you think. Fuck what you believe. A fact is a fact. You can believe that right now it's nighttime if you're on the East Coast. You can believe that till you die. But the fact is, my nigga, it's 9:30 in the morning out here. Get what I'm saying? So you gotta see what you're being told and understand it. Like a nigga like Wack, what he say? He been out the game 20, 25 years, right? My
Right.
nigga, you only about 45 years old. That brings you to 20. You said you did about 5-6 years in prison. That brings you to about 14, 15. How much shit in the street did you really do?
Correct.
That brings you to about 13. Like, that's just, he's misleading the youth, my nigga. That's fake
Yeah.
shit.
That's why I told the guards I seen him as an underling earlier, and he wasn't that then. Now this is his personality now, and fuck all of that history, bro. He just said something out of his mouth that should have him ostracized from the black community, and that's what I meant earlier, standing on being unapologetically black. Bro, I don't care about your history. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care who you working with. I don't care what you doing. Nigga, get the fuck from around here from now on. You're not allowed around here no more, bro. You're not allowed to, you sit down and you be quiet, bro. You're not allowed to do nothing else. And that's what we have to start standing on as black people. See, because we can make a lot of other shit go viral. We should make discipline viral too.
Hey, can I speak, fellas? How y'all doing?
Go ahead. Israel, peace. Go ahead, speak, brother.
Peace. Now, me, myself, the king of New Jersey, know me. I've been dealing with this thing that's been going on in the community with the big YouTuber. Maybe y'all know him, maybe y'all don't. But
he's talking about Thigh Me. He's talking about Thigh Me Campbell.
Yes. Now, doing my research in this, I did a lot of things. I've been in bad positions, had a stroke and everything. But I come to find out something. That there has been a WICSEC agent in the community. The conscious community, also the hip-hop community. I just put a video up yesterday saying I've been in war with COINTELPRO. Now, most of y'all up there in the city, I'm in Arkansas, so they ain't around here. But they have been activated up there where the Panthers and different people has been. Malcolm, Martin, and different people. COINTELPRO has been activated. And I see some of y'all are 5% or so. Peace to the guys. But
peace.
If y'all know it or not, COINTELPRO has been in the community, deep in the community. And you know who's been dead with them? What?
We know it, but no, they've been here for years, bro.
For more than 85 years to be exact. And you're right. Wack is the perfect example of what we call an agent. And an agent is the same thing as what we call a CI, but he's different. He got the ability to tell on us, but an agent has the ability to remain authority and influence amongst the people that he's telling on.
Now that's the West Coast, but it's one.
No, that's everywhere. Like you got what we call agents.
I'm just saying, Wack 100 is the West Coast. That's the
true.
Yeah.
Agent, provocateur type dude. But it used to be one on the East. He dead now.
It's a lot.
Who you talking about?
DJ Slade.
DJ Oh no, we're gonna disrespect the God.
I didn't disrespect him. I just said his name.
You said he was an agent, provocateur of the East.
Well, he called him a provocateur. He didn't call him an agent.
You want me to show you the guy picture and show K Slade with him?
Huh?
I won't slander his name. Know what you were saying? You got pictures of what? K Slay and the guy together. The guys are known
together.
The guy's a known informant. These are the things I'm talking about on my page right now because the known informant has attacked me. He attacked me ever since last year when they tried to get me, you know, I think 2 years now. They tried to get me locked up in Cook County Jail and stuff. Because I asked the question, what happened to the boy and his son?
Hassan Campbell.
Oh, okay.
And they got a bride from Chicago that's also tied in this Star Terrain. And they was like, hey, you didn't ask the wrong question, son. We gonna take you.
Yo, Stars from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, man. He grew up with my aunts and my first cousins, my older cousins, all in the Scotch Plains. He ain't from Chicago.
I mean, I just wanted to say that, but I will explain more if y'all want to talk to me more about it. But I talk about it every day on my channel.
Okay, you can speak, bro. You know something for speaking.
Yeah, I was just figuring out whether it was Wack 100 or like whether it was K Slay and Wack 100 a connection of anything, or whether you're meaning that there's the personality of K Slay functioned as an agent of detriment to us. I'm trying to figure it. That's what I was trying to distort.
Now Wack 100 K Slay used to be real close at one time.
Straight Studding Magazine is where they put the CIA. He was a writer for him. He's the first one to write about Africa Bambaataa being gay and date raping. I brought him to the community and brought him to the community conscious.
Yeah, bro. I was the first person on YouTube that said anything about Africa Bambaataa molested little boys.
Oh yeah, I got your audio.
Hey, peace, Johnny. What's up with you, King?
Johnny Button, salute to the Salam alaikum, my king.
Peace.
Peace. Salam alaikum, brother.
Salam. Peace.
Yo. So I'm gonna tell you something about. I'm gonna say this.
Salute.
I'm gonna say this thing. I'm gonna say it real quick. Yo, that nigga Africa Bambaataa, African Bambooty Bottom. I went to a party. I was a bodyguard for DJ Red Alert. This is back when he was living in Atlanta. Went to a party, nice big house, got a basement, like the basement had like a club in it or whatever it was. It was nice, it was dope. So we get there, DJ Red Alert said, "You can't say nothing about anything you see here." I'm like, all right, I got nothing to do with me. I'm working. I got in there. He had little Puerto Rican boys dressed up like Egyptian princesses, feeding him drinks and fruits.
Wow.
What?
He had little Puerto Rican boys dressed up like Egyptian princesses, feeding him drinks and fruits.
Wow. The audio go to my channel. I got that audio up. You know I put that audio up, right?
Oh, well, I'll get. Go ahead. Handle your handle, bro.
Yeah, it's on his channel. King don't run from no smoke now. He don't run from smoke.
I just talk about what I see. I was in the industry bodyguarding these niggas. I see this shit. Like I seen Puffy with the whole VIP room full of transgender women, men, whatever you want to call them things.
Yeah, exactly.
And me and Exhibit both was on the balcony laughing about it. Like, yo, these niggas are weird. He's like, yo, bro, I'm staying out here with you, bro. He's like, it's too.
You was there when you was there in Detroit that time?
Not in Detroit. We was in Atlanta.
Oh, because that Detroit one was I went to that Detroit. Yeah, the Exhibit was up at that Detroit one when they had. I think it was it the Super Bowl or the All-Star weekend? I remember that time. It was something like that. I can't remember.
We was at Clubs Dreams ATL in Decatur in Atlanta, off outskirts of Atlanta, Decatur.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
What's the lesson, God? It's a double entendre. It's like Rockefeller and how they used it in rap. Rockefeller is for the Rockefellers, but it also means you like the Rockefeller. Ain't that's what Nas used it? The double entendre?
Oh, yeah.
So straight stunning was a double entendre.
Yeah.
They be straight stunning. They're
not. I rock hoes. Y'all rock fellas.
Trade themselves to be. You looked at the magazine and seen the big booty girls but missed the double entendre.
Because they were straight stunning. They were stunning on us. And they had an informant sitting right there. When all this stuff went down, he was the one that leaked it.
Well, you got to ask yourself too. The case
slate know that Wack 100 was an informant.
Maybe that might have been.
His name is Khalil Amani. He used to be with the Yahweh Ben Yahwehs down in New York City back in Khalil
Amani. All right, yeah, I heard of him.
And so he run around now. And he likes to tell people, I was an informant. I told on Yahweh Ben Yahweh, and they put me in WICSEC. Then I went and got an education, became a writer, and went to straight studying. And he's in a bunch of pictures with a bunch of industry artists. He been in the VIPs, just like you said with you and the Zibia. He's been there. And he has messed up because he like, well, you can't expose me to the community. And nobody in the community or YouTube got enough strength to do nothing about me.
Hold up. I want to say one thing. Jab Muhammad. You remember that FBI agent that was undercover, that was in the Nation of Islam, that was in the they showed him a picture of Martin Luther King.
Actual fact, Gene Roberts. That's what I was about to build with. Yeah, that's what I was about to build with the guard when I told him that COINTELPRO, that was created from the activity of George Bush Sr. being a subservient or a mentee to the Hoover administration under his father, Prescott Bush. COINTELPRO was the CIA's activity in the Black community, directed strictly at the Black community by creating agents, which is recruits from the community, and placing them in the community, one, to create the vision and advance their agenda. Two, was to tell on everybody that they knew that was a threat. So right now we dealing with that, with the same activity with Wack 100. Yep. He's that version of that Gene Roberts type activity, because there's an agent everywhere. Them niggas, it's an agent at every mosque, every church, every synagogue, everything that we do with a disciplined or structured, organized manner, they got an agent in. So if you Crip, if you Blood, if you Nieta, if you FOI nigga, if you 5%, if you Hebrew Israelite, there's an agent in that populace, bro, that's working directly for them at all times.
He's right under the big man.
Right. So there's agents everywhere, and we got to look at hip hop as the only vehicle that Black people got that could really remove themselves economically with a snap of their finger. They just have to have a focused thought. And the purpose of COINTELPRO and niggas like Wack is to prevent us from having a unified front, a unified voice, a unified activity, because that changes shit. Just like back in 94 when niggas changed everything with same gang and self-destruction. Yeah. See, overnight you can change it if niggas just say something. And right now niggas ain't saying nothing, bro. We talking about it, but we got to address these niggas.
Lulu Lamont, they was I think they was adults. They was a babies. I say they babies. They was like 18, 19. They was under 21. I know that. But I don't think all them entertainers will have them little kids up in there with them.
Well, I appreciate the fact that y'all let me say that and hear that, and you let me in the room, because the last time I was on 10 Toes Down and they was like woo 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 with that message you had out of and came out here and told the streets. Like, I'm not afraid of that either, but I don't like to talk about it because most people are afraid to talk about it.
Nah, nobody should be afraid, man. I'm the son of man. I'm the true and living God. The only thing I'm afraid of is not being myself at all times.
That's a fact.
Yeah, well, let me just tell y'all, since most of y'all don't know me, and this may be your first time seeing me, and he'll witness to it. I called the FBI live on YouTube on Hassan Campbell because he was running around here threatening people lives that joined my movement that asked what happened to the boy. Sinetta, me, my mods, all of that. He was trying to pull some YouTube drill stuff. Like he
So question before you finish, why? Because again, this is me. I'm playing devil. If you're on YouTube and you have a message and your message is as powerful like anything, why would you entertain whether how do you know he's taking people, or does it matter? Because obviously they're just there to serve. Because if you have a powerful message, regardless, you don't have to stoop to that same level of frequency as he did. That's just
he
me.
got me there by speaking about my dead mother, about pissing on her grave and having sex with her and doing ill stuff to my mother, even though I know he can't do it.
Right.
He hit that emotional center, and I'm an alpha male, so I'm a very emotional person, and I like to protect mine. I ain't no beta. You can't just come at me and say you're gonna do something to my people, even my dead people, and think I'm gonna respond in a certain manner. So they hit the right nerve system.
So it got you. So basically, what you're saying, it got you rattled instead of logically thinking that, like you just said, you said that you know he couldn't do nothing to your mother, and you know that you're on the internet, and you know that there are trolls on the internet. So again, my question is, what got you to the point where you had to pick up the phone to call the FBI?
Well, number one, he kept threatening me. He threatened Sinetta. He threatened Ron Savage.
No, I'm talking about. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about you though. You said you did it.
I'm asking you over here, bro. Okay, I started a movement. So if you start a movement, you in responsibility for everyone under you.
Yeah, but that's the activity of an agent when you involve the outside enemy, the direct enemy, to come into the community by way of by way. You can't start a fight, my brother, and then run and get the cops when you get punched back. Like that's bringing in the enemy is what we're speaking on right now with Wack 100. Like giving him a gateway to our community. Whatever Hassan Camel say, that's just you know from the street. That's just words, bro. Men talk. I just explained this to the kids the other day. I got a reputation in the street, but you probably can say some extreme shit to me right now in the street, and I'll walk away from it because at the age of 50, I've already earned enough stain to have enough respect of what I'll do. But if you get me behind them bars in the county jail, nigga, and talk reckless and tell me suck your dick or something like that, nigga, that's fighting and killing words. So when we talk about the integrity and the standard and code of men in our community, bro, we can't be dealing with these brothers on some personal, emotional shit, then involving the worst of the enemy into the home of our community.
That's facts.
That's not justice.
I'll give you a prime example. Like King, and I don't speak a lot, man. I'm all over the internet, man. Some of my homeboys are probably, and I ain't gonna speak because he knows that, probably the most controversial people. One of them is the most controversial person on the internet. At the end of the day, things that are said, it's the internet. When we enter this, we all know YouTube. I tell everybody, if you're trying to go through YouTube to push a message, that's not what this platform is for. And let me explain. The platform, again, YouTube goes into algorithm. Algorithms create whatever drama. It's like the reality shows and shit like that. The off stage is what you do. So if you're telling me that you have a movement, your actions and your movement off stage will supersede what is on the internet, because on the internet you got people that play video games, you got avatars, you got all types of shit. So you can be anything on the internet, but behind closed doors, what are you really doing? So that's why, and there's no disrespect to you as a black man. I'm just trying to understand, where did you said that he said something and you had already justified that it wasn't nothing that he could do, and the threats that he made, he's only doing it at the table. So the question to me is what made you pick up that phone and call that white man to tell the white man on him?
Okay, once again, let me explain it, because it's two
Yes, sir.
parts. Number
Yes,
one,
sir.
I told you, spoke about my mother and he touched my emotions.
But that's not. You said you were alpha though.
Right, that's a beta. Like Lulu said, that's succumbing
cool.
to your
But
emotions.
when an alpha go kill a man, is he doing it in the? I can get into the Michael Corleone and say it's business and not personal, but personal stuff become business too.
Bro, you don't kill a man. You don't kill a man from emotion. You kill a man. Man kill men based on principle, bro. So when you talking about your dead mother is just that.
Hey,
She's
can I
past
get into
tense.
the second part? Because if y'all stay on the first part, you're gonna kill the whole conversation. You're never gonna get the understanding of why I did it.
Well, true indeed, my brother. But what we're addressing is standing on code in our communities from the personalities of those like Wack 100 that invite the enemy into the community to do the work to our people. That's what we actually addressing. So that's what I said. When we're dealing with things from a masculine standpoint, we deal with things from a logical reaction to something that has happened rather than an emotional reaction, because our women are the masters of emotion and we're the master of logic. That's what makes us a match. So if men are emotional, then what do the women do? And that's my point. We do things, bro, from a logical standpoint, which is men, masculinity, bro.
So let's understand mentality. Number one, if someone can make you emotional, when you get emotional, you become unlogic, right? So when he made me emotional, I didn't go at his mother and talk about her and do all of those things. I made a conscious decision to start a movement to take him out.
But you use outside entities, not your own movement. You use other people to bring in to cancel his
You know
movement.
what I did? If you know what I did, then you can tell me exactly what I did wrong. But if you don't have an idea and it's your first time meeting me and you don't allow me to tell you what I did, you will lack the knowledge.
But my brother, you told us by self-admission that you call the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the worst enemy of the black community, period. Like, you brung them in. Rather than, if Hassan Campbell threatened you, bro, and you got Sinetta in them who has a strong contingent of followers, then you should have arranged either a truce between the two or a direct confrontation between the two. Bringing in them, the enemy.
Well, number one, I'm a civilian. I don't play the gangster stuff unless it has to be played.
And we can't do gangster talk thing or movement.
It goes to the emotional thing. I leave that to the gangsters. The gangsters should say, Hassan, you out here disrespecting people. Mother, oh, we're gonna put you in the ground. And then I wouldn't have to do nothing, because the gangsters, the men of the community that goes in that sense.
One second. I'm gonna say this real quick. Check this out. The nigga disrespecting my mother, all that. I'm not worried about no police. I'm not worried about none of that shit. If I ever see the nigga, I'm gonna smack fire out of him. That's it.
Right. Period.
Period. I ain't fucking with no FBI, because FBI ain't for black people. Forever bothering niggas. That's what FBI stands for. Forever bothering a nigga.
What? my thing is, my brother. My thing is, my brother, I said earlier, every man is responsible for his words and his actions. So when you say something or do something, you get to choose what you say and you get to choose what you do. But what you don't get to choose is the consequence for what you said or what you have done. So when you're addressing that man didn't come, creating an activity with you. When you address that man retaliated. So you as a man should absorb that punch and give him another punch back. But you don't get to make the promoter of the fight or the owner of the arena to help you, when in reality you should be fighting your fight, bro.
FBI stand for forever bothering a nigga. I thought it stood for
It's like
Federal Bureau of
Brandon
Investigation.
No, do fair. What I'm saying is, I was like forever bothered the indignant people, the injured people of America. That's what I'm saying. FBI.
I hear a lot of it. I hear some background. Somebody got a mic up.
Hey, look out, host. I get it. I don't really know the circumstance, but his name is real. Like if you just look at his name, fam. I don't know what took place. It sounds minute, you understand?
Yeah.
But it's people out here getting people killed. There's some gatekeepers out here getting people killed, getting people in situations. Now, he says he's a civilian. Obviously, there's a problem with some of these people who got too much information, too much gatekeeping information, and getting these young black men killed. Their mouths are getting people killed. The spells that they're spitting out of their mouths is getting these young black men killed. You got to cut the head off the snake to control the venom. You understand? So I don't know why y'all going at Israel like that, but it seemed like people are overlooking the real problem. You got to get rid of these people that are causing all this darkness in the land, fam.
Yo, but first of all, we got self police our people. We got self police. We don't need no white boys and no federal agents involved with that shit. Because all they do is kill black men. They've been killing black men for centuries.
Can I
look, check this out. Self-policing.
Can y'all hear me?
People got stoned back in the day. You understand? People are put on the stake. People are burned in front of the whole community. That's self-policing. Our gang culture and our gangsters, our alphas, they not doing that. They selling poison to our community. They poisoning the minds with these spells. They're harming children and women. They're out here having babies and not taking care of them, fam. Ain't no.
Don't say that.
No. I'm only when I say that, I'm only talking about the majority. I'm not talking about everybody. Most of the thing that I'm saying is in general.
Minority. You talk about the minority, not the majority. You talk about the minority.
Yeah, but
no, not minority. I'm talking about in the general. It's like, it's common for black people to kill black people. It's not common. It's not a common discussion for white people killing white people. Nobody talks about all the other races killing each other.
What he's talking about is we talking about him, and he called the FBI. What does the FBI got to do with somebody talking about your mother? That's not. He ain't nobody selling the poison. The poison already being sold on the internet. I mean, I'm pretty much sure you aware. You've been on the internet, so you already know. So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, the question was, we're not on him. He gave us and disclosed the information based off. He said, "Yeah, I got emotional, and then I got off the phone." So by the time he got emotional and got off the phone, where did the logic come in? Because he's no longer emotional. He's dialing a number. So the question is, why did he dial the number?
So Israel called the FBI on a confidential informant because he's getting out of order.
No. Because if he would call it on anybody, because if we sit up here and we get to arguing and he has a disagreement, what am I supposed to think who he gonna call?
So did he call after Wack's paperwork was revealed?
It ain't Wack. He talking about somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hassan Campbell.
Number for the FBI.
My bad.
Yeah, just the fact that's what we speaking on when we speak on the code and the standard in the hood. Our code amongst us as men is that we handle that amongst us as men instead of bringing in massa to handle all of us.
We don't even get along. We don't even get along to handle issues as men in our community.
But hold on, that's what we're doing right now. And when I'm saying that, in the same sentence that I'm saying that, is a man like me saying that to what you just said, bro. Making us conscious of what we're actually doing. Right now, we're standing on code by correcting our brother so he don't make that future mistake by pulling the enemy into the hood. See, if that characteristic is amongst you, we letting you know that that's the wrong mentality and personality and move to make. So if you make that move, then you just like Wack. The same agent that's coming amongst us by functioning as a tool for COINTELPRO. And so John, we're doing is correcting our brother. That's all.
And I'm gonna piggyback on Ja. The thing of it is we on the internet, my nigga. This is not we're not talking about, you're talking about a man that lives somewhere else and this man lives somewhere else. It's the internet. You can't bring the metaverse into real life. That's why I tell people, when you get on here and you get to talking and you showing your face, you have no longer gave up the right to be in the real world, because we're all, right now we're all in the metaverse. Yeah, we in our homes, but we're in the metaverse. So you can't call the real people on the metaverse.
Facts.
I
That's
mean,
my point.
goddamn, like you can't call the real people on the video game. This is a video game to me.
Can I say
You want to
something?
say something, right, Johnny?
Say something.
Sorry, go ahead, Johnny.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
All right. No disrespect. We spending too much time on this brother, man. The situation. Listen.
Facts.
A lot of us have been from the. We've done stuff in the street, and we don't believe to be calling the police, so on and so forth. All right, bro. You got a beef with a dude on the internet. Can you hear me?
Can
you hear me?
No, you hung up.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Oh, well, all right. All right.
Go ahead,
Well,
Johnny.
here's the deal. When you're dealing with people in the industry and you have these non-disclosure agreements, so to speak, where you're not supposed to talk about what you see, I understand that. I totally understand that. Now, they're doing something that's not to your liking or to your culture or to your sexuality or whatever, you agree not to get, you could be sued for coming out there and doing that, depending on how you agree. Yeah. If it's just your word, then you can go back on your word, but you could put yourself in a position where you're blackballed and you're not making any money in that industry. Yeah. I get it. I totally get it. Now, when you're talking about snitching, because if that's not an actual crime and you're not, doing criminal activity, that's not snitching, that's whistleblowing. I'm just going by the terminologies that they use. But we in prison, in jail, when you can't touch each other, when you're in the box and you insult each other and get up under their skin, it's called gate banging. You're beefing with somebody, you're not doing nothing, they're not doing nothing, you're getting under their skin. They got underneath the brother's skin, he didn't know what to do, and he called the FBI. He was totally wrong. He's off there. I guess when I got on, I started getting on it because he wasted too many minutes on that situation.
Yeah, and Johnny, you know how much I respect you, man, and all that. And I hate to cut you off, but man, look here, man. The next time that motherfucking I got to go into my world, dog. Then I'm in the metaverse. The next time that bitch ass nigga come on here and try to defend another motherfucker that he ain't even listened to. See, I already know. Just like shout out to Lulu. You right, Lulu. But at the end of the day, you don't come on here and defend. You don't even know what we talking about, bro. See, this is the shit I'm talking about. Accountability, everything. You jumped on here and thought you said you didn't even know what we was talking about. Then you defending this man when this man done said some shit. I'm not even really into that type of shit, bro. So you already know. I know how you came up on here and you just wanted to be seen, my nigga. Cut that shit out, bro. This is my nigga channel. Cut that shit out.
And cross to address that.
I gotta go though. I got some things I gotta do, but I wanted to drop something in there. And like I said, when you're dealing with people like that, you don't give them airtime, man.
Facts.
Listen, this is you violated. This is how you're supposed to do it. You saying you got some gangsters? Well, let the gangsters do the talking, and you sit there and go back and forth with the women. You do the chatting and the arguing with the women, and let us men take care of what we supposed to do, man. Because you ain't no real alpha. See you later, man. That's the type of dude you just hang up on. Yo, just hang up, man. Like,
yeah, man, you vouching for a nigga on this motherfucker. I already know what you was doing. You come on here. That's why Lulu said, damn, man, look here, bro. See, that's where, like I said again, it's the metaverse, bro. You ain't got to do all that. You jumped on here. You should have listened to the conversation respectfully. Salute the panel first. And then you come here saying we jumping on Israel because his name is broke down. Is he real? No, he ain't real. He a real ass motherfucking tattletale.
That's not even the name. That's not even the meaning of the name. We didn't even get on the meaning of the name. But the point is, both of those brothers are emotional They beta males. They're emotional because they exit stage left without addressing the concern, which is correction.
I already knew. I was about to address it. I was going to address some shit like I usually do. That's why I said I kept quiet out of respect. But you ain't going to come on this motherfucker on my man channel and trying to defend another nigga that did some beta shit. You ain't doing that. Black men, shit like that. On here, we trying to build.
But that's what we got to control. That's why we controlled it.
I don't know where we started talking about the FBI and all that, man.
Nah, he came on here talking about he snitched on my man or Hassan Cam. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Can't bring
And
that
then
to
he
the
even
head,
said,
man.
listen, and then he
Y'all
went further
want
and
to guess
said,
me? I'm here. Y'all said I ran. I don't run. I just
no, we ain't say you ran. We
Yeah,
saying you couldn't. Look, let me say something.
we said
You
you
hold on, let me
exit
say
stage
something real
left, my
fast,
brother,
bro.
because the emotion got to you, which showed and proved that we only testified to what happened, bro.
And then not only that, when you was talking and your boy said something about the whole party when he was a motherfucker, when he was in that thing, you said, hey, bro, just to let you know, I recorded the maker. You said you told on somebody, but then you recording the audio as we're on the panel building about some other shit. Let's keep it real. Now as you a man, you're right, you ain't running. So let's keep it real. Why are you on here recording?
That's the question, bro.
recording what? I'm not YouTube.
No, you
recording
recorded my
that right now.
nigga King when he said what he said. You said it.
He made a recording and put it on the internet, and I just downloaded it.
No. You said when he said it, and he said, I don't give a fuck, man. I was there. I'm talking about when he said the incident when he was there with Africa Bambaataa. You said you recorded it.
Listen,
the audio.
brother. Listen, let me explain. Cause see, you want to jump on me, you want to correct
No,
me.
man. Why did you record the audio when he said about Africa Bambaataa and the
you gonna
Puerto
let me
Ricans?
explain, brother? Because you want to correct, but you don't know what you're trying to correct.
Man, you look here, man. Look.
Do you want to correct me for my wrongs?
Hell no, I don't want to correct you, man. You're a grown man. You're a grown man on here saying you told on another man. You have a platform, my nigga. You got a platform. You got one. You done already explained us on your platform, Everybody got a platform on here. We don't even explain our platform. This is the King's channel, period. And then you go.
The cipher, brother. You
Look
in
here,
violation. You want to have a cipher, but then you don't want to have it properly.
Why did you record his audio of him saying about? Why did you
running your program right now?
What I'm asking you is, why did you record the audio of my saying when he was a bodyguard, when he went in there and the Puerto Ricans was in there with the grapes? Why did you say out your mouth, man, I just recorded that audio? And he said, I don't care. Why did you record that audio? What did you need that audio for?
Well, let me explain and don't break the cipher, please. Number one, he recorded it and put it up on YouTube. I downloaded it from YouTube, so I never said I recorded it. You can go back in here and listen. So I didn't record it, number one. So yo, I don't want to get emotional. You and start.
See, that's what I'm saying. There it is.
And stuff.
Go ahead and get emotional,
that's
bro.
what you're trying to do. You're trying to get me upset.
No, get emotional. Go ahead. It's okay. Get emotional. Get emotional. Go ahead.
You keep breaking the cipher.
Get emotional, my nigga. Go ahead. Get emotional. I'm okay with it. Get emotional.
My brother, he asked you a direct question, though, bro.
The tour right now, because number one, you lack knowledge, and then you're attacking me and trying to spark some that don't need to be sparked.
Man, you on here talking about Hassan Campbell. You talking about Hassan Campbell, and he talked about your mother, man. Are you for real? You talking about another man on another man's channel?
Back and forth, or do you want to argue like bitches and do that?
There it is. There it is. Come on out. Bring it out, dog. You spotting right now? Are you spotting?
Bro, don't deflect, bro. Just answer the man question with honesty, my brother. Just answer the man question, my brother. That's all.
Y'all trying to correct me right now, but you talking about I'm a beta male, but you acting like
hold on. First of all, let me say hi to Miss Cross Your Heart, because she laughing her ass off up here.
Yeah, real shit.
Little sis, that's for you. KYH salute says peace.
So Cross, you male Cross, that's who you are? Because I see you're a man.
I know you see me. I know you see me. I know you see me because you follow
No, I
everybody
done heard
else.
your
I know.
name. I be around these YouTube streets. I created these YouTube streets. You in my streets.
Hey, brother
You're not
Israel.
acting right in these streets.
Brother Israel, this not that type of platform. This platform is for the upliftment of black men, as the
Well, why
brother's
don't
trying to
you
explain
correct
to
your
you.
brother and tell him to let men speak at a table?
My brother.
We alpha. We talking about tell somebody. What we need to do is tell you to get off like Johnny said. Get your ass off here.
My brother, that's what we're trying to explain to you. Either it's a man activity of respect and dialogue, or you got to exit stage left, bro. It's not the emotional Hassan Campbell
Are y'all
story
the
here,
king
bro.
of New Jersey, or are y'all just running with the king of New Jersey?
We all kings, bro.
This nigga is out of line.
We all kings. That's the problem, man. You got a name of deception.
It's over.
Hey, what up, y'all? What up? What up, king of New Jersey?
Hello, bro, Kenny. What's up, Kenny? C?
Man, what up, Kraus? What up,
What
John?
up with you, pimpin'? You already know how we give it up, man. These motherfuckers got me fucked up.
They done lost their damn. I had to fall back for a second just to hear that nigga talk, and I was like, he already tripping.
Yeah, he burnt out.
Is that brother Israel nigga that they be talking about and shit?
Yeah.
No wonder nobody fuck with him. He crazy than a motherfucker. He talking
I said, see, he don't know how I tried. I did. It's King's channel, but man, these bitch ass niggas, man, be having me mad as hell.
Did I say anything? I was just shaving my head, bro.
You already know I'm about to go in on him because I saw it, and then that other nigga jump on here. I'm like, you motherfuckers is pole riding. I see where y'all going.
Who was the other nigga?
Man, Lulu shouted him out. Lulu, tell him I ain't gonna give him no credit. Don't pin it. Lulu will tell you in the chat who he is. Man. Oh, weird ass nigga. We done already dealt with him before, man.
Yeah.
I told him. That's why I said I'm on big platforms all over. So then they get the plan, dog. We here to build amongst men. This is a totally different thing. Don't come over here with that. This is my homeboy, man. This is a real solid dude.
And then when you say something about K Slay, I try to hold my composure. I held my composure because I didn't want to snap out on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Dog.
You can't,
man, I don't know. That's a reason why we be talking about people like that. I wanted to say niggas, but I didn't say niggas.
Yeah, and I apologize, King, on your panel, man. But
good, bro. I appreciate it, man.
You know me, man. I can't, man. It's hard, man.
Hey, Cross, that's what we supposed to do. Cross, that's what we supposed to do as a community, though. As men, we supposed to get on the motherfucker. So he kept saying, y'all trying to correct me. So when he go sit with himself, he gonna say, hey, all right, them brothers had a point. Now, whether he want to admit it or not, he know we factual, we right.
Is that nigga Wack?
No man is supposed to tell on a nigga, call him for FBI, no motherfucker, yo.
Hell no, man. Now he gonna tell on us now. He gonna tell on me now.
I ain't calling the FBI. I ain't calling no cops. I ain't calling my brother or nobody, nigga.
I said, now the nigga mad. I told you he got emotional. I said, get emotional, because I already seen the nigga start spitting. No disrespect to women. He started spotting, and the nigga, I done got the nigga, the nigga got the spot and shit. That's why my wife was laughing. This nigga got the spotting. I done got this nigga to be mad at me. He irritated. My bad, bro. My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
Hey, dog. Hey, those are the niggas the reason why it's a tampon shortage, dog.
Yeah.
Those niggas. And y'all think I be lying.
Yeah.
Them boys have on these
niggas that took the Me Too movement to a whole nother level. Ladies, y'all need to protest against niggas like that.
But real talk, though. Niggas talking like that, though. Real talk get a lot of niggas killed, man.
Dog, they are distractors.
Niggas, they get a lot of niggas killed. They not snitches, they agents.
Dog,
see, that's what I wanted to tell his stupid ass. Like, bro, you're not a snitch. A snitch is a crime partner that does a crime with you, then turns state's evidence against you. That's a snitch.
That's a snitch, but these niggas are de facto.
These niggas agents.
Everybody.
That nigga a tattletale.
They agents, man. Them niggas.
Yeah, motherfucking chatty patties, man.
That nigga
Goddamn
called
channel
the
pad.
FBI. He ain't called the police. He ain't
He
called
called, yeah.
NYPD. That nigga
Yeah.
called the FBI.
Yeah, he called it. Look,
That boy
he
called
called a
straight
real
up.
white man. He ain't called a man. He called a real white man. And I said, why you do that? He's
A
talking about
real
my mama.
motherfucker.
He was talking about my mama, and I got emotional. Oh, you one of these niggas. You one of
Normally,
these scared shoot niggas. You a scared shoot nigga, man. I'm scared of niggas like you. Get this bitch
Dog,
ass
I
nigga
got
off the panel.
terrified of niggas
Yeah,
like
that's from Arkansas. Yo, he in the street. Nigga from Arkansas.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
why. That's that slave mentality. Normally, a nigga go to the big house. This nigga went to the White House. I'm
That
like,
nigga
Dog,
went to the
damn.
White
them
House,
people like
dog.
that on
I
birth.
don't even know. So therefore, he got an actual agent that he got a direct extension to. Man, y'all leave that nigga alone, man.
He got a field agent, man.
Yeah, he got his own assigned agent, man.
He don't
All I'm
realize that,
saying.
whether he realize it or not.
Israel
Word up.
Doctor, Vicky.
Yeah,
Israel
they text him and tell him how he doing. He got the number. He can do all that, man. Quit playing, man. Over
Dog,
somebody talking about your mama.
is that Israel nigga that was on that kind of time? Like,
Yeah.
I've been hearing about this nigga, but I didn't know it was that bad. I'm like, that
Man,
nigga.
Hold up. Then that nigga talk about stars from Sacramento. So like, man, Star from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, nigga. He
Man, that nigga's stupid.
Yeah, and then look, King, then you turn around and told him, he was like, look, he talked about my mama, dog. I ain't gonna call. I'm gonna like I said, he got to me, well, I'm trying to tell you, I'm not a beta male, but I did get emotional. Bitch, that's a beta male. What is you talking about? Nigga,
Now,
I ain't calling no
everybody-
motherfucker. Nigga, even if I did something and I knew somebody did, man, it's hard for me to even call the police. If I saw somebody breaking my car, I'm going to go get this motherfucker first. If I can't find him, yeah, I'm gonna have to, damn, I got to call. But man, come on, bro. You said he bothered you. Man, you should be ashamed of yourself to even get on this. See, what he needs to do moving forward is tell the story first. And then say you tell. Either way, it sounds fucked up from the beginning to end. That's why I was telling him, stop.
now he can't say that first because he has to make it admissible. That's why I call him an agent. He ain't no snitch. He ain't none of that. The first thing he said was, "I call the FBI," which made acknowledgement that his ass is in collusion with the FBI. So while he's talking, everything that he's saying, while he's saying it, is up under the guise of an agent, which is why the first subject that I told him, bro, how the hell you gonna bring the worst enemy to the black community in the black community? See, you are that guy. You are that Wack 100. You that COINTELPRO guy. And even if he on here right now, brother Israel, you know how you got that name, Israel. You got it under the activity of deception. Just read the Bible from the book of Exodus to Leviticus. See, so let's not play games, my dude that was trying to defend him based on his name, because that name is a name of deception from the begin with, Israel, because you ain't real.
At this point in time, this is where I shine. He bring his bitch ass up here again. I'm on all the buildings off. We done built. This nigga bring his ass up here again. I'm gonna really have some work. Cause like I said, man, you the police. Accept you. That's what we say in the Wack. You can go tell Wack that since you know the agents. Go tell Wack like you did. You accepted you the police. You don't even call the police. You ain't even. I don't even know what they call them motherfuckers up there, dog. You got a gold medal. You know, like in school when you did good and you made.
That nigga agent,
That nigga
bro.
ain't even the teacher's pet. That nigga is the boy. He a boy.
That nigga fucking the superintendent.
Dog, that nigga, he's a flatbacker for master,
Cause
dog.
that don't make no sense, bro. That man gonna get on here and tell other black men that he called the FBI on the black community, bro.
Man,
you out of your mind.
that's all the way backwards. That's some other shit. That's what I call the slave mentality on steroids, dog. Like
That's a
dog,
nigga.
that's why I said that Black Lives Matter and what Kanye doing, those are defectives from the black community, dog. They straight telling you that they don't fuck with black people.
What Kanye is a different factor than what we even talking about. But
Wack 100, no, he not. He the same thing, except he
nah,
don't show it like that.
nah. He far from that.
I'm with John this one. Kanye.
Yeah. Kanye way far from that, and we got to look at that's a whole nother show. But
Wack
which should be, but Wack on something totally different, bro. When I'm talking about destruction, Wack doing something that's fucked up to your children. Like you got nieces and nephews, bro, that might be following that same fucked up influence and lies this nigga running around here being a goddamn wide open, confidential informant and a motherfucking homosexual. We playing with boys inside. So hell no. We all that validating Wack. Fuck that, bro. We need to be standing as men against Wack right now.
Dog, I don't validate. I think Wack is the most dangerous person that they gave a platform.
That's my point. So we ain't gonna compare a successful black man in the community to a nigga that's detriment to the community.
My bad on doing that right now, but I was just thinking about it.
And I'm gonna just drop one jewel on Kanye. Kanye has figured out how to do something black men in my lifetime has never been able to do. He's been able to commercially exploit white people based upon their social ignorance in the market and get billions from it. We don't understand it. Black Lives Matter t-shirts made $90 million off of black people and wouldn't give the Floyd family $1 off of what they made off of his blood. But Kanye, wisely as a genius, marketing, made White Lives Matter shirts. You know how many crackers gonna buy them shirts and make him even more money?
But you know what? He don't give it. I understand what you're saying on that, but
I'm speaking factual. I'm speaking factual business when it comes to our mindset towards what we're doing in the community. Like I told brothers on the podcast last night, if you didn't vote for Kanye when Kanye ran for president, stop acting like Kanye represents you, because you ain't represent him. We gotta stop acting. We gotta stop acting foolish. Wack represent the worst of niggas in the hood. Wack is actually taking the worst of us, bro. Some of us, like myself, left home at 13 with drugs for 6 years. Was my whole source of support for like my everything. So imagine a nigga out there telling on you in your every step, bro, or holding it against you. See, imagine that type shit, and I come from that world. Like I said, I done did time based upon a nigga that's running around with me right now, but told the cops that he watched me load the gun. Told the cops he watched us come back from where we was at with the gun smoking hot. See, I've been around niggas like that, bro. So it irks me to even talk about niggas like that. Now that I hear this nigga wide open say, hey, you can say what you want to believe. Believe what you want to say. Now that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit, bro. And we gotta stop. We gotta start calling men on that. Just like the brother Israel, nigga, be a man. Don't come on here being some pussyfoot ass nigga, bro. Because that's the worst of the slave, the nigga. No, bro, be a man. Be a man. If you're gonna be a slave, then be a slave. But don't be the worst of the slave. Don't be a Negro that turns into a nigga. No, just be a Negro, which is a slave. Go sit in the corner and be the tool for the white man. Right. But don't come in here fucking around with the movement. It's Nat Turners and then Mark Deasy's in here, nigga. Ain't no Frederick Douglasses in here.
Sitting there talking about some shit like want us to say. I mean, like, I can't believe this motherfucker want us to sympathize for him telling on another man on another man's channel. Like, man, you is tripping, bro.
Be out your goddamn mind, and then your name is Brother Israel. I've been hearing about this nigga, but I never got a chance to see who the fuck he was.
You know you know what they say in the South, man. You done lost your rabbit ass mind, man.
Already, man. He done went crazy because I had to rewind it. But I came up here, then I had to rewind some more to listen to this nigga. I'm like, damn. Like, people actually following these kind of motherfuckers.
That's the thing, man. Just think, they following niggas that be wearing dresses, bro. I was looking at the Young Thug shit. How you run around wearing real skirts and long dresses, nigga?
Dog, I've always went off on these people, dog. Y'all can always hear me say this, man. Those are the most dangerous people. And all they did was drop a sugar cube and an ant pile on niggas.
Yep.
And then they caught everybody they wanted to. They dropped the sugar cube on. Look at all the bullshit that the people that are influenced. They're promoting homosexuality, which is promoting snitching, which is also promoting, goddammit, population control amongst black men. Is making black men seem like they ain't shit. Like when they told the black woman, this man ain't shit. Look at us. We fucking him. How you gonna protect you? You feel me?
I mean, it got to the point, just like the brother that came on here. Then he just sat there and we talking about building, and we talking about a 17-year-old, and talking about why people do this, and he get on here, and then after we say what we say, he said, I didn't get put. I came back, and he said, why don't y'all? Let y'all correct me. Nigga, I ain't trying to correct. You should already, if you knew better, you do better. If you sitting on here, man, that's some stuff really, like, I guess to him, he felt like a self-gratification for saying he called the FBI on somebody, dog. Like,
Dog, that's a whole nother informant type of inside informant type nigga. Them type of niggas that tear down the race from the inside and kill your, it's population control. They kill
That
your
nigga OG informant for real. That nigga's a real expert.
dog,
He's
that nigga, nobody noticed this nigga with an 8-track taped to his chest in the room. Like,
nobody calls the FBI, bro. Niggas call the local police first. First you call Massa. You call Massa at the big house first. You don't go to the White House. Niggas.
And look, it's crazy because Johnny, I started looking at Johnny face.
For the FBI, god damn it.
Yeah, shout out to Johnny because I saw Johnny. Johnny was like looking like, man, we spending too much time on this dude. That's why I was like, man, what is this guy talking about? Then he's trying to explain. Well, let me explain the story why I told on him. I'm like,
your story, nigga.
Yeah, I don't want to hear your story. I want to know why you told on him.
FBI, nigga.
Yeah, why you tell on him? Well, I'm gonna tell you the story. No. You said you were emotional when you heard him say that. You got off the phone. You walked around. You were emotional. Did you go directly to the phone being emotional? Did you wait? Was logic kicking in and say, you know, because you can't say, man, you know, I know he couldn't do it, but I was emotional. So you did it anyway?
Dog, where in your life do you find yourself having direct contact to the FBI, nigga? That means you.
Nigga, that sound like Wack shit.
Hey, but Wack, I've been saying that shit just like all us been saying, and we be on building like if y'all ever listen, these people are trying to tear the community, black community, up from the inside out, starting with your kids and everything. Look at all the people that they give money. Like I said, all them people getting indicted and shit. Them motherfuckers were tearing up the black community from the inside with the influence, put a dress on all these niggas, and got them in a situation where they all homosexual and making it seem like it's cool to be a homosexual and snitch on people. And not just people, they snitching on black men, heterosexual men. That's population control and mind control. You get me? Man, fuck these niggas, dog. For real. That's just how I feel, dog. I hate them. I hate their guts. No bullshit. And they know they not accepted. And then the first thing they do is they try to take up for LGBT, which I don't fuck with at all. I'm like, man, I don't know, man. Y'all got me worked up right now with this nigga. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Hey, Kraus, salute to you, man. Salute Giant, salute King of New Jersey, and salute Black Mills.
I held it in, and I was trying to be respectful. I'm like, this thing, oh, man, I'm about to go. And then I seen the other nigga pop on there. I said, okay, I know what he on, because he already know who I am. I know what he on. So, okay, let's go ahead and eat the destruction of man, one man, da-da-da. All this old bullshit you get on here and jump on here talking, man. Nobody want to hear that bullshit you talking about. Take your ass where you supposed to be.
Right place to get his ass lit up. Pause.
Yeah,
hold up. And I was laughing my ass off.
No.
You know, I watched King. King was like, oh, shit. I'm like, I'm about to get this motherfucker, man.
Dog. Hey, that's why I came in and fell back when he had his bitch ass up here. And then I fell back to rewind a little bit to see a little bit of what he was talking. And then I'm like, I got to get back in here. But then his bitch ass rang. You don't want no more. Because he gonna go.
Nah, man. Don't nobody want to hear that dumb shit he talking about anyway. Go on your channel and spew that dumb shit, and you get your movement. Because if your movement was that strong, man, look here. One thing I can't say about it, and everybody don't agree with your boy Campbell, but he put it out there. Okay, he was violated. He's still going. It's about 1,000 motherfuckers that make videos of him all day. He ain't going around checking. You want this motherfucker jumped on here because he want people to know that he got a problem with him. Bro, take it. That's why you created your, like I got one. You created your own shit.
He was, before, he was Hassan Campbell's admin. They used to do shows together back in the day.
Oh man, that's why I was studying him.
This nigga, no wonder he emotional. This
That's
nigga
your
got touched.
F&E. That's your
Oh,
He got
F&E.
touched, my
See?
nigga. He
Man,
emotional.
I told you. That's
oh,
your F&Es, God. Word is born. You heard it when he was talking earlier. That's why I kept asking him, like, what do this got to do with Wack 100? See,
wow.
but he couldn't
Now
get
it
away
makes
from
sense.
it because he was already emotionally invested. And when he came on, he started talking about his platform. And I said, well, damn, your platform is of no concern to what we're talking about
It
because
doesn't
this
matter.
topic is different.
It's different. That's why I told him, I'm like, bruh, I got a platform. We don't do that, man. I would never, like, that's my homeboy, and I don't even do that. And I help moderate his shit. I wouldn't do that, man, because at the end of the day, unless it's an understand respect, like he gives us the green light. Who the fuck is you? And why are you on here talking about you? You know what I'm saying? So what we done figured out is he somehow, some way, we got to watch what we say because he recording us.
Yeah, dog, they recording right now.
But guess what, God? We not saying anything in violation of any law. We're only doing what everyone on the internet does. And like I was trying to explain earlier, the internet, just that word itself, enter the net, the World
Everything is
Wide
being
Web.
recorded.
See, all of this is to ensnare the brain and your physical activity based upon an influence inside of that person that possesses the web. So when we be talking, we saying everything that we could say that's proper versus what other people would be saying, which is destructive. We're not on here on no bullshit. We're not on here trying to create sedition or treason activity in the country. We just on here addressing our communal concerns as men. And his problem was he's not a community man. And when we when I told him, nigga, we on here as men. We not on here as emotional
We not up
niggas.
here to shuck and jive with these niggas.
Nah, and you know what's so sad? I'm gonna keep it real.
Yo,
If he hurt, if he hurt because he don't got a wrench, don't nobody get
What
paid for
nigga
no
bitch
shit like
about a
that, man.
ranch, my nigga? That sound like some
Yeah, they don't get nobody get
crazy.
paid for that shit. So if he hurt because he lost his, listen to this. This is so funny. He's mad because he lost his wrench to a son. This
No,
motherfucker
that
is funny.
sounds gay than a motherfucker.
Yo, what wrench?
No, fuck a wrench. I got a whole toolbox, nigga. I don't
It's,
need
it's
nobody
yeah.
wrench.
So Ja, when you become a moderator, you help with the comment section.
I
They give you a
gotta,
rank so you can be an admin. So I guess
can you
I
hear
guess
me?
yeah, I can hear you, Johnny.
Yo,
Peace.
Dog, fuck a wrench. I got a whole toolbox.
Right.
Yo,
You get me?
I don't know. Maybe it was my timing or whatever. But my thing was this. I was sitting here. I was sitting here politely listening to what was going on, and I wanted, and then he came on with that crap, and then the other brother came on and was his sidekick, and I'm like, yo, hold on a second. I'm here to add on about the Wack 100, the snitching, this, that, and the third, and I'm waiting my turn to say something and then drop something of some substance about calling the feds on a YouTuber. This don't make no damn sense. So
Hey,
that's
dog,
why I came
and
off
that's
the way I
probably
came
that
off, because
good
I'm like,
shit
yo,
that was
you
going
got
on
an
with
agenda.
Hassan. And that
do
nigga
this,
probably was
and,
doing it.
Plug is trying to cross-examine him, and his attorney is stepping up for him. And I'm like, what is this, man? Like, this is Dogg and Cody show.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious, bro.
Hey, Johnny, I had to rewind before I got back up here and listen to the ignorant shit because I was studying his name. And then now it makes sense why that Israel dude came up here. He asked her because he lost a wrench to Hassan. Like, nigga, you got to be crazy. What grown ass man? Mad because a nigga took a wrench off fucking YouTube. Like, you crazy motherfucker. Anything fly out your dumb ass mouth don't mean shit to nobody.
But you know what that relate to? It relate back to what we was originally building on when we spoke about the ability to discern the virtual world from the world of reality, your physical world. And Wack, his influence so heavy in the virtual world that you got niggas trying to live it out in the physical world, and he's just an example of that psychology being active amongst us. And he came in unknowingly. He was an illustration of everything that we was talking about when it comes to the danger of Wack being promoted.
Jai, he's the prime example of what we've been talking about for years.
Right.
Like, damn, and then your name Israel. Man, take your ass over there and goddamn put that tampon in right so you don't get no infection.
Yeah, that nigga spotting right now, dog.
No, hey, plug. He already spotting.
Yeah, that nigga got the spotting and shit. Got mad, told me I was emotional, but then he had to admit he was emotional. He said, "See, you're getting me emotional." No, nigga, go ahead and get emotional, nigga. I understand. Go check that nigga. Well, no, he was on. Now at that time, he checked his drawers, my nigga. Like he checked his drawers. He saw the spot, and he like, "God damn, nigga, you got me emotional."
Yeah, I'm leaking.
You got me emotional. And I was like, fuck, go ahead, nigga, because I knew what he meant by that. He had to go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? He had to clean up. Yeah. He had to clean up. I respect
Been
that.
had that tampon on for a month, nigga.
Yeah. No. You know how sometimes when what they say, when you hit it, you get it started. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? We penetrated and the nigga motherfucker started spotting. Like, damn, it was you the one that did that to me. Yeah, I was the one that did it.
Hey, Kraus, dog, I already knew how you were talking at first. These are the niggas we all be talking about. Like,
who is that nigga that came on trying to defend him and shit?
Man, some old weird ass nigga that almost got a concussion up in Texas one day. They beat the shit out of him. Yeah, that
who
nigga
was
right
that?
there.
Who was that nigga?
Yeah, you gotta let the chat. I ain't giving that nigga no name.
Nah,
Now, let me tell you in the back
that
channel. I'll tell you in the back channel.
Or some
Cross,
shit.
I'm gonna tell you the real though, Cross. That's going back to the young boy that was recruited as an informant. See, when we see these personalities in our community, bro, you're so passive and emotional that you'll actually do something so irrational against the next man that's next to you that you'll end up being that personality, being that person. So that's why I was giving him a warning or an education like, hey, you can't do that because those amongst you will do the worst to you when they find out that you even possess the mentality, the type of character to go ahead and call them on us. Because Hassan Campbell is he himself. But when they come for everybody. The FBI, the reason they take so long to get your ass because they got endless resources to get you. So they don't come for you until they have you. And they don't care how long they got to watch your ass. 5, 10, 15 years. It took them 2 years to watch me. So I already know when they come for you, the marshal's coming to get you and they ain't cops.
So it's safe to say that this nigga right here dodged fights and mama jokes when he was growing up. He probably ran. Nigga say something about his mom. He ran home and cried. Mama probably told him, boy, take your ass back outside, boy.
My mama was cutting niggas' throats back in the gap.
But I'm talking about this nigga right here that got on here and said, this nigga said, listen to this shit.
What that nigga say?
I wanted to share that with him, Cross. Like, bro, you a grown man, and when your mother died, you become the parent. So all of that old holding on to some ignorant emotion, nigga, that you must have been a bad son, bro. Yeah. And if you was a bad son, now you hold regret to your mother's death. And that's why you hold that emotional dysfunction.
Yeah, so Kennedy, so this is what he say, my nigga. This nigga said, well, what happened was he got to talking about my mama. And when he said something, my mama dead. I said, okay. He said, he said, I ain't gonna lie. He said, it touched me. He said, I got emotional. So I said, okay. He said, and then after that, he said, then after that, I got off he said, then after that, I started a movement. He said, but no, before he said he started, he said, I called the FBI. I said, whoa. He said, I called it. He said, listen, he said, I called the FBI and then I started a movement to get him off the internet.
Because the nigga talked about his mama?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
No bullshit. No bullshit, my nigga. I can't make this shit up.
Dead or alive, wouldn't give a fuck what nobody say.
Crazy.
It's the internet.
They talk about everybody on the internet, my nigga.
Oh, man, my mama
Hey,
been
Cross,
dead for
that
a
was the
long
deflection though, Cross. That was the audible, because he only used that as an excuse behind the history of him and Hassan.
Yep.
See, and that's the part that you address. See, his vendetta come from a history. Then
Yeah.
he used that as a precept, as a pretend, in order for us to look at that instead of what's really behind it. Because no man holds a few words on the internet to heart enough to
Right.
tell
That's
other
why I
men
said. That's why.
that you're an agent, nigga. Nah, you had to tell, bro. I'm telling you, that's why
So it
I
makes
spoke to him the way
sense
I spoke to him.
Hey, Giant Cross, Johnny, and King, New Jersey. Now this shit making sense. This nigga mad about a damn wrench and called FBI.
Yeah, that's why I said this nigga mad about like them country folk. He mad about a range, dog. This
Yeah,
nigga mad about a
right.
range.
And then him and Hassan was the one doing that shit the whole time. So that's why I remember his name from, because I'm like, I heard that name before. It's from Hassan, bitch ass.
Yeah, because I'm just like, I ain't understanding where he, like you said, John, he couldn't get to the root. And the root was, I started off as his minister, his administration, whatever the fuck you call that thing. I started off with the wrench, and I was invested in him as a man. Like, think about that. I was
Oh, that
invested
shit
in.
sound gay than a motherfucker.
I'm trying to tell you, my nigga. That's why I said. I asked him, why
Cross,
are
I
you
knew you
over
were gonna
here?
get
I asked him, why are you over here talking about? And then why would you say you called him? Why would you say that? What like, you think we all like I don't know, trying to bash him too? I don't know what he was thinking, bro.
Dog, I knew you were gonna get him because I tried to get up there at first, but I wanted to just sit back and listen for a second. But I remember his name. I said, I know that nigga name from somewhere, and then now it all makes sense why his bitch ass jumped up here on his period. The nigga,
Man, fuck that. FBI
you know
was the key word for me. When I heard that, that was a trigger word right there. I said,
Hey,
hold
that
up,
was
bro.
it,
Let's
Jack.
address that. Let's address that right there.
Hey, Jack, that was the trigger word for you, Jack.
Fuck that, nigga. Fuck that. An agent different than a snitch, bro. An agent
Yeah, that's
will
what I'm
influence.
saying, bro. I'm from the
Agents
street.
influence other weak people to be snitches.
Man, look here. He cannot sit there. If you go back, King, and look at it, when you mentioned that about them Puerto Rican, he even said you could hear what's echoing. He said, "Man, I clipped that audio that you didn't say that, because even when you said it, you was like, I don't care. I don't care. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and use it. I don't give a fuck. I was there." So for him to say that, why would he say that?
Bro,
Man,
Why
so
would he?
that means he knew what the fuck was going on or something. Like, what the fuck? You
Bro,
know
I was going to add on to the story that the guard said, and it was interrupted by him coming in saying what he was saying.
That nigga is an agent, dog, and the other niggas that came in with him are agents too. They just looking for clout, but they agents on the low.
Well,
bro, not even on the low. They just, if you pay attention, you can tell they
Looks
agents.
like it, cause yo, that was weird ass shit, bro.
Now, you know what it
What's
is,
up,
though?
Nizzle? What's up, Mac?
Together.
What's up, Tennessee? You already know.
If the
Dog,
niggas
you
coming
niggas
around.
all came in together, dog.
Yep.
Yeah,
Notice, dog.
Then he
That
pop up
means
here and he talking about some, man, y'all just gonna do him like, why don't y'all listen? His name is Israel. I was like, what the fuck is what,
first of all, don't know Israel don't even respect Israel. Shut the fuck up.
I did tell that nigga, man, your name Jacob.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you go check your Israelite homeboys before you go
Why
check
don't
your
you look
Nigga,
in
your
the
name
Bible you
Yaakov.
believe in, nigga?
Your name Yaakov, man.
You gonna name your dumb ass self Israel. Now you want to be an Israelite and a Muslim. All kind of dumb shit. Like, you ain't got to know the Bible to know there's some ignorant shit.
Nah, he ain't no Israelite.
Hey,
No,
he gonna
man,
be one. He gonna be one today. What?
I mean, like I said he keep talking about he kept saying, on my channel. I said, on my channel. I'm like, okay, my nigga, okay. I don't even like what you want us to say. What he was wanting us to say, what channel is that? Like
Yeah,
nobody can
all I'm
nobody
saying is
talk
fuck
about
your channel.
Your channel is the cops, nigga.
Yeah, your channel is
All
the
that.
cops, nigga.
So, you don't got nothing else to talk about, nigga. When you said FBI, bro, that you called them, that meant you got someone a
911.
correspondence. When you got a correspondence with the FBI, that's for life, nigga. You can't never get that. You can't never get rid of that.
Dog, you can't get rid of no shit like that. Once you call the FBI one time, nigga, if you call the police, goddamn it, one time, goddamn it, that's just mild shit. That nigga called the FBI, nigga.
I'm like this, man.
I want to get some funny shit, man. Check this out. All right, when the FBI picked me up, right, when I turned myself in, I do that time for the feds, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the interrogation was talking to me, right? And they was like, I send you the picture in North Carolina with this guy right here. And they held the picture up. I'm like, I don't know who that guy is.
Right.
They was like, well, it's a $500,000 reward out for him.
I don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, I'm finna go to jail.
Yo, they threw that $500,000 in my face like
you were gonna say something. And he's not lying about that. I know this a fact before you went in. I know this for a fact. He said, man,
Yeah, they Asian, man. They get paid top dollar too.
Hey, boy, you remember back in the day when you can go on 42nd Street and buy an ID that's really, they used to be treated as a real ID, but it was a fake ID? When the feds came to get me, I used the alias and shit. And the nigga that I used it, I made up a name called Emmanuel Shabazz. Elijah Shabazz. That's what I told my name was, right? And I had this fake ID. And it was somebody really named Elijah Shabazz that was wanted for shooting a cop.
God.
And the crazy part was when the first cops got me, right? They thought that they arrested him, so they had me locked up, and they was acting crazy. So I'm like, damn, I'm fucked up. They got me. They caught me in Hackensack, New Jersey, and shit. I just left out of New York, and them when they had me, and they charged me with they was trying to charge me as having me, but then the feds came in. And when my fingerprints came back, the feds came in, and bitch, the marshals walked in. They had my everything. They had my mom, birth certificate, a deportation card, all of this shit that I never seen before. So when we look at how the feds investigate,
Yo, John,
they
where your mom
function.
from, John?
Jamaica.
Jamaica. Okay.
Oh yeah, they gonna fuck with you anyway.
Yeah. My dad, my dad was from Jamaica. He got deported. When my dad got deported, my mom got hit. And this is what I'm trying to explain to niggas. They had all of this stuff that I didn't even know existed, bro. Yeah, I never seen that type of paperwork, but they had it. And this was back in 86, 87. You feel me? So imagine what they got now. Imagine what they doing now, bro.
Dog, I can't even go down there with my birth certificate and get a replacement ID, but they giving motherfuckers from everywhere with no identification.
Yeah, Lulu, that's where we should get them from.
Yeah, and I'm like, they giving them IDs and businesses with no damn identification, but we can't get a damn regular ID, dog.
Yeah, but Kennedy, that's what it was, my nigga. It was the nigga said he got emotional, and I mean, damn, I just don't understand, like.
Maybe allegedly he didn't take Plan B. I'm just saying.
Man, what do Wack 100 do? What do Wack 100 do on his podcast? And when he be on there debating with niggas, he get emotional and then he deflect. He change the narrative.
A lot.
See, and he do that to keep the shit from the truth from being explained. Because if you talk long enough, bro, you already know. As I was taught, two people went swimming one day, walking in the woods. And they decided to go get in the lake, and they both got undressed. The first guy said, yo, you jump in first to see how deep it is. The second guy jumped in. The first guy took his clothes and ran. When the people seen them chasing each other, they said, damn, don't you see that well-dressed lie being chased by the naked truth?
I remember that
story. So if you chase the lie long enough, you're going to get the naked truth. And niggas be dressing the lie up every day until you talk to them long enough and get the truth out of them. And that's why he always deflected and changed the narrative of the subject so they can get it off of him and get it on the person or the person that he knows that the person gives attention to.
Exactly. But
Correct.
you know, they all follow each other some kind of way. But I don't fall for that shit, never did. And I always address these type of people, man. They are toxic to everybody. Don't matter what color or creed you are. These people are toxic, man. You gotta pay attention to it. That gay agenda and these people that's on the inside, no matter man, woman, or child, dog, they toxic. Because they use the children through Disney. And people need to pay attention to that Disney channel. Like, come on.
We need to start getting at niggas just like we got at him today. We need to start getting at niggas now.
yeah.
On it. This is
Dog,
my
I'm
point
game
earlier.
for getting at niggas. I stay getting at these niggas about this stuff.
Hey, this is my point earlier, though. That as collectively as men, we should collectively unify and function under that unity. That's what I'm trying to get on. I'm trying to find out everybody platform on here so I can get on their platforms when they online, bro, and we support the same narrative and create the culture of black men united standing on a code. And we ain't tolerating no passive punk shit, no snitch shit, no agent shit, no destructive, no kill, no murder shit. Change what we do and do it together.
Yeah, just like with myself, man. And I'm gonna get with y'all brothers because tomorrow, man. Like I said, I got my YouTube channel, which is starting to build real good now. Is like I said, the Plug Podcast by Cross Your Heart. So I haven't been live yet, but I've been uploading and shit, and my numbers is doing great. So I'm gonna start going live, and you know what I'm saying. It'll be a blessing to have you brothers come on there. You know what I'm saying? And building politics. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Not that shit that nigga talking about. I want to talk about real issues that go on in the hood, like we said, with the 17-year-old with Wack and what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and things of that nature. Not saying it's okay when you feel, like I said, most men, we're not going to handle it by going, because my thing is when he got emotional, instead of him as a man handling his emotion and his logic, he went and got another man to be logical for him. So I don't give a fuck what he say. He called another man. He was emotional, and he took on a feminine spirit, and he called a alpha male and said, "Hey, I have a problem with another man. I need you to help me with this." And forever, he's never going to be the man because you relied on another man that you don't even know. So you can, like I said, he can kill all that shit, but don't bring your ass back up here and don't defend no man. We're not defending men on here. We're if you're gonna defend something, defend the topic. Defend the topic, not no fucking man. It's all men on here. We don't talk about other men in that aspect. We're talking about what their characteristics and what to do and what's morally correct as a man. Not know what a nigga did to you and took a goddamn wrench from you and shit.
No, I'm like, I always tell motherfuckers, I don't understand how motherfuckers on here get mad because you took a wrench. I'm like, I always say I got a whole fucking toolbox. What the fuck I'm worried about a wrench for? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get that you took a wrench from me.
I don't even know what a wrench is.
Dog, I know what a wrench is when I'm trying to goddamn fix my goddamn. Hey, look at behind the bar. That's my nigga right there. Salute to him. He already know I don't give a fuck about this shit. Behind the bar already know, man. He fucks with all of us, man. No bullshit. Behind the bar is a stand-up nigga, man. And he's a big supporter of everything that King of New Jersey do and all y'all. You feel me?
Right.
Dog. But I don't understand that wrench shit. And then it be men and women getting into it, be on shows all night about a goddamn wrench. That's some hoe shit. About a goddamn wrench. I'm like, this what y'all want? Y'all can go to the dollar store and get a wrench. A whole
vanity
box for $5, nigga.
Well, y'all, check this out. I've been for 3 hours. You know, I gotta go to work tonight. This is my Friday night.
Hey, I shared this.
Yo, I salute all you brothers. I appreciate you for coming out.
You already know, King, and then like I said, salute to all the kings on the panel, man. Y'all continue to stay woke.
Who that?
Huh?
Trap bag. Gucci girl.
Who?
Trap bag Gucci girl. I don't know.
Who that? I don't know. Let's see what this nigga talking about. Who is this? Hold on, we got time. Hold up.
I got time. I'm gonna mind his bed.
No, I'm saying I was like that nigga. He was trying to adjust his camera. He might was on some whack
shit. Yeah, I got that rap out there, bro.
He was trying to adjust the camera and shit. I'm like, nigga, we just got to talking about your cam, nigga.
Yeah, he could have came on here with no goddamn screen.
Dog, these niggas, dog, they tried doing it to you, dog, but you gotta
Some
watch it.
weirdos out here, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, but hey, salute to all y'all, man, and much love to y'all, man.
Peace to the gods and earth to the universe.
Peace, yo.
Peace.
Yo, we ain't no blood or Crips. We doing our own thing. Btbtv that started his own gang. Like, nigga, what?
You dig?
Already.
Peace.
Yo, I'm tired as hell, y'all.